Hi, y'all. Welcome back. Am I straight? Okay. Welcome back. So we're going to be talking about what everybody's talking about. So I named the video "Fake Media is Dangerous Advice" because a lot of the stuff that they're telling you and not telling you could be life threatening. That's why Trump will not say to do this or that because fake media will twist it. So, hey, welcome, hit the like button. So, he said he's not going to wear a mask. That's cold, but he already has a mask on. The mask represents, right? He said he's not going to wear a mask because he doesn't want to be remembered as the president sitting in the Oval Office wearing a mask. He's not pushing fear. He's not pushing the fear. He's the light-hearted one in the whole situation. He's not up there making y'all scared. The media is. Okay. He knows exactly what's going on, and he knows when it's going to be done, and he knows he can't get it, which means he knows why he can't get it, and he knows why y'all are getting it and why other people aren't getting it. Y'all have to be very smart when y'all listen and observe. He knows more than you think he knows, and the media wants to sensationalize and push things to lower the frequency. He's in the middle. He said he don't care. It's up to y'all. It's up to y'all. He's just gonna hold the position. And while y'all worried about the corona, he gonna go fire them people that try to impeach him and go on about his business because he already knows what he has to do. So the reason I say the advice can be dangerous is because, first of all, if you are in a country where all these people keep getting the corona, but you don't get up there and say, look, fools, stop eating meat and drinking dairy because that is what causes mucus production. Okay, number one, they never said that. They never got up on the news. Sanjay Gupta, whatever his name is, Dr. Gupta, whatever, never got up there. Nobody in the medical industry ever got up there and told people to stop eating dairy, which makes them more susceptible to the coronavirus. Why aren't they saying that? Is there something wrong with that? So I was speaking to someone today on the phone. They were very um, enlightened, and sometimes when I speak to people, I pick up on a lot of things, and I'll doodle while I'll draw or doodle while I'm on the phone, and subliminal, subconscious, messages come through. I'm not even really paying attention. I'm just drawing because I'm just naturally a drawer or a doodler, or I write words. When I hung up the phone with this person, I automatically saw something strange. I'm like, what are these words? What does this mean? And why did I write it like this? Because it was very strange. And so I'm like, what the heck is this? And so I started looking it up. I started Googling it. And it was basically a message saying how the coronavirus can be stopped and what it is and what it's not. Now, this is just a message that I got just from, I don't know, whatever, the universe. And via, doodling and listen to this person's voice. So I was writing the notes. I have my notes right here from what I wrote it on. This was earlier today. So I wrote some weird stuff down. And what I wrote down was BALT, BALT. Now, what's a BALT? We weren't even talking about, we were talking about money, okay? So I wrote down BALT, BALT, and then I wrote down video. Then I wrote down lack, LACK, and then I wrote down, I don't know, N, I guess, N. And then I wrote B minus, I don't know why I was writing this, okay? And so then I go and look up all these things, and I look up BALT. You know what BALT means? Bronchius associated lymphoid tissue. Bronchial is in your lungs, associated, which means it has to do with your lungs, lymphoid, which your lymph system, tissue. So it starts in your lymph system. That means it's through your blood, it's through your toxin level. Remember, I was telling you all about the toxins? And it creates mucus. This is lymphoid tissue is a territory lymphoid structure. It is part of the mucosa associated lymphoid tissue, and it consists of lymphoid follicles in the lungs and bronchus. BALT is an effective priming site of the mucus and the systematic immune response. So your systematic immune response, according to if your BALT is agitated or stimulated, results in extra mucus and inflammation, which mirrors the exact symptoms of the coronavirus. Okay, so they're using your lymph system against you. It's not a virus. Is if your lymph system is triggered by an antigen, which is a toxin, which the spray clouds have a lot of in. That's why I wear a mask when you go outside, because that's spray cloud. Okay. So then I wrote down, remember I said I wrote down video? I'll show you what I was writing, because I was starting to take notes and then I stopped taking notes. And then like the channel started. So then I look up video, and then VCAM pops up. I'm like, VCAM, I guess it's the same as like video, right? VCAM1. VCAM1 is a unique tissue and may help unify lymphatic lymphocytes, migrate pathways, and immune response in BOLT and other bronchial pulmonary. So this is making more pathways for it to spread. Okay. And that's exactly what it is. It's creating more pathways in immune response, which means when your immune system responds to something, it starts overreacting. It starts doing stuff. And so then you become inflamed. So your lungs become inflamed and you can't breathe because your lungs are inflamed. And plus then they're full of mucus because you're full of toxins, which stimulate the BALT system in your lymphatic tissue. Okay. I am not a doctor. Okay. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. But this is what I got just from talking to this person and doodling. So detox all the toxins out of your system, and your immune response to an antigen that you breathe in from the clouds will not stimulate your BALT or your bronchial associated lymphoid tissue. Okay. Cut your dairy out 100%. Cut meat out 100%. Wear something over your face when you outside breathing in the cloud antigen, which is silver iodide. And that's it. Keep your immune system up. Take your vitamins. Oranges, citrus fruits, and grapes keep mucus levels down. If you drink milk, then eat some grapes, and then eat some oranges, you're not doing your bodies any type of favors. So either cut it all out. And then I also posted Arnold, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He said he's staying in his house and eating vegan food. And his shirt said, "Come with me." Y'all know the old saying from Terminator, "Come with me if you want to live." So please, if you are understanding that the immense cloud that they're spraying is now starting to get to people and build up toxins in their lymph system, which is what's causing the immune response and swelling. And now this is especially important if you have a weaker immune system, or or cancer, or a slow system. and your lymph system is highly toxic, if you take a lot of toxic medication, if you drink a lot of alcohol, if you eat a lot of dairy, if you do drugs, if you have a lot of toxins in your body naturally, you are more at risk. The cleaner your body is, the less toxic your body is, the stronger it is. Okay. So that's why now we have all these young people getting sick because their toxins are being agitated in their lymph system. And mucus is overproducing as well as causing inflammation in their bronchial associated lymphatic tissue. Okay. Now, I don't know how I got this because I'm not a doctor. Y'all know I don't have no medical degree. But sometimes when I talk to people, I pick up on stuff and I just tune into a frequency and I just start writing stuff. I don't know what I'm writing. I'm just writing random stuff. And when I get off like the phone, I don't even look it up half the time. I'm just like, ooh, I wrote some stupid stuff and I'll just scratch it out, right? Just scratch it out. I feel like that little girl in a Knowing movie who was writing all them numbers. But anyway, so I'm like, this means something because why would I write bolt? I don't know what a bolt is. What the heck is a bolt? It's, you know, and then the -1 or the lack represented the lack of an immune system or the lack of, or an immune response due to the levels of toxins that are agitating your system. Okay. It also says any foreign substance, what an antigen is, a foreign substance that induces immune response and production of antibodies. Okay. Lymph bolt, it says mucus tissue activated or stimulation of that lymphatic system is what is giving these symptoms. So my suggestion via what I channeled from talking to a very enlightened person is it starts with your lymphs, your bloodstream, because your bloodstream filters out a lot of things and then it goes to your lymph system, which then goes to your, which goes to a lot of your glands. So it's working through your glands and going through your lymph to your glands. Okay. So be careful when you go to the grocery store. You're going to see all the milk shelves and, empty and all the fruit shelves stocked when it should be the opposite. Stop eating dairy, number one, because that causes mucus like crazy. And it's a toxin anyway. Okay. Dairy is a natural toxin. So even if you're healthy and you eat it, it's a toxin to your body still, which means your body has to filter it out. And if you're already being agitated by toxins in the air that you're breathing in your lungs, then you compile it with a toxin coming from your diet and your digestive system. All of that's going to leak into your lymphatic system and start there, and it's not going to be able to be it's not going to be able to be treated by just regular medicine. That's why they put these people in quarantine, because they're detoxing their bodies. It's a detox. It's not a treatment. It's a detox, because that's how long it takes for you to detox when you are contaminated with some type of toxin or radiation or poison. They have to take you and detox your entire body, your bloodstream, all the way to your lymph system. Okay. Because, you have people that go outside and they think, oh, I'm outside, I'm healthy, I'm getting the sunlight, but they're breathing in the toxic chemicals from the planes that are spraying the fake clouds, and that's that silver iodide. That is a toxin. Hi, Sasha. Hmm. Come in. You can come in. Or are you just trying to close it? Sorry. Right. Mhm. Yep, all the dairy and eggs are first out of stock because and they're not gonna tell you. It's survival of the fittest, okay? This is the purge. This is survival of the fittest in the mental, the spiritual, and the physical. Okay, y'all gotta yeah, I got the message for a reason. Maybe it's because I'm on YouTube. If I was just some random person walking around doing nothing, do you think I would have picked up on that information? I don't think so. Okay. So I'm just going to say what I was given and I'm going to pass it along. And that's just that. I don't care if you believe it or not. I know because it makes sense to me. And I feel that they know, and that's why they're not saying anything. Um, I know they can't spray fake clouds in the summer because that does not make sense. That's not that much cloud in the summer. They're gonna have to stop so that we can have a summer season. And your blood system, your bodies work different in different temperatures as well. So we'll see what happens. Hmm. Air in your home is very toxic. That's true. But I have air filters. I have, Himalayan salt crystal lamps. I have, what do you call it? Incense sage. And I also have the essential oil diffuser. And I put citrus oil in there, grapefruit oil in there, orange bergamot oil in there, which is the same thing as y'all have been seeing with their boiling the orange pills because it breaks up the phlegm. And also, orange and citrus represent the sun, and AKA Archangel Michael, which is interesting. So if you don't want to boil orange peels in a pot, get you an oil diffuser with some 100% essential oil and get bergamot orange oil. It's like bergamot is an orange oil. You could get grapefruit, citrus, whatever, and put those around your house. That's what I do, and it works pretty good. Don't be going outside when you see giant clouds in the sky, breathing in deep breaths, and then going to drink a glass of milk. Don't do that. Okay. Um, the people that are going to give you the information to help you um, through don't have anything to gain. I don't have to keep. I'm not Don Lemon. I don't need to keep no job at CNN. I work for myself. Okay. Um. So letting your house air out with window. If you like cloud dust from spray clouds and silver iodide, yeah, keep your windows up. Let it flow on in, child. And it's even worse when it's raining because now the chemical is coming down in the rain and in the humidity and it's wet. And so if you've been out in the rain and you just all that, cloud stuff, silver iodide, you're breathing in wet, humid chemical that will activate your immune response system in your what bronchial associated lymphatic tissue bolt. I must say bolt. So don't go outside. And if you have been outside, eat some oranges real quick. Go buy a bunch of those oranges or cuties or whatever y'all like to eat, or get some orange juice and drink, or eat the orange. Probably most likely is going to help you. Any or grapes, any type of citrus fruit will break up the phlegm and stop eating dairy. Mm-hmm. Right. I have seen the post about the fake court cases about Bill Gates and Obama and all of them. Yes, I have seen it. It's not real. If you are, I've seen it. I posted it, and one person out of all the comments said that it was fake, and I was very proud of them because a lot of the legal names aren't used on that, so that's how you can know it's fake. They William Gates would be on there instead of Bill Gates. Okay, and their middle name with initial. So it's fake. Why do people feel the need to public post that they're sick? Either A, they're getting paid, or B, they want sympathy. Um, I think it's best to keep a positive attitude because the higher your frequency is, the higher your immune system is. You know, right? Yeah, I saw the IG post about 5G towers. So 5G towers and 5G plays into this because it's also a stimulant in your immune response. It's an electromagnetic stimulant as well. So you have the toxins from the clouds stimulating your immune response system, as well as low frequency radiation stimulating your system as well. Because it just needs to be stimulated, not um, flooded, not overflowed, not injected, but stimulated. That means you just have to be able to be in the vicinity of such thing, or if you breathe something in and then you breathe the air back out, it's in your body just a little while, and it's slowly building up and stimulating parts of your body that are being affected. So the antigen can also be airborne. They said it was airborne. That's 5G, ain't it? It's electromagnetic waves in the air. So it's a combination of both the physical and I guess you could call it the spiritual because you can't see it and touch it, but it's there. Um, the electromagnetic waves, the ELFs, the ELFs, the elementals, the plasma, the gang from below. Okay. So if y'all watch my videos, y'all know what that means. Gang from below. Okay. Um, Chris Brown posted something very interesting where he had like a little bit miniature astronaut man walking into a cell phone and then the glass closing up on him and playing the song "I Don't Want to Go" or why do y'all have to go or something like that. A lot of people can't handle the shift and their consciousness is going to be transferred into a digital digital consciousness. And then he posted his daughter running back to where she had come from, and her shirt said 12, and it was like a black shirt, and it said 12, and that was code for the 12 tribes of Israel having to go all the way back and start over again because of the reset. And in one of his posts, he was in green shoes and a green sweatshirt, sitting down, upset, and he had blonde hair. And the post said, "Can we have a reset on 2020?" Okay, so that was code right there. That thank you, Flower Power. Do you think wearing masks help at all? If you are outside in the clouds, it helps. Yes, I told my kids this. I said, if you see them spraying them clouds outside, stay in for recess. I told them that last year. So I would protect myself against the clouds, also from EMF radiation if you are going to be affected by 5G. Wear crystals, wear stones, wear anything that absorbs electromagnetic frequencies. Um, keep stones in your pocket, not this big, but you know what I mean. They have necklaces that fight against those type of things. Meters on, just they sell the little buttons you can put on the back of your phones. Just anything, you know. Wear hematite. Hematite purifies your blood. Okay. Someone says, yeah, shungite. Shungite, hematite. Wear that. There you go. There's clouds at night. If you go outside and you don't want to look, here's my thing. If you're already vegan, if you don't have dairy in your system, you don't have anything that builds mucus or causes internal immune response anyway, you're less likely to be affected on a dangerous scale if you just, go out. If you drink milk, wear that thing on your face and don't exacerbate, as they call it, your symptoms with breathing in the silver iodide. Um, Turn off your phone at night, unplug stuff. A lot of people say turn off your internet if you don't have crystals or stones or whatever around your house to absorb the ELF frequencies. So that's a little bit of how you can combat it. But a lot of people don't want to give up their diet or how they currently eat, even if it's just for a little while. You know, no one is saying don't eat dairy because they don't want to affect the dairy industry because they don't want to stop other people's jobs who are in the dairy industry. Thank you, Denise Bond, Sprinkle Sprinkle. You have to understand it's all about money. They don't care about you. If you got knowledge, you survive. If you don't know any better, then oh well, make room for the next people. They're not going to get on and say stop eating meat and stop eating dairy because then the dairy industry and the meat industry will collapse. Okay. And they're trying to keep the economy going. So they're stuck in the middle. They can't say that. But I can say it because I don't have anything to gain or lose from it. Um, so make sure, hmm put your phone on airplane mode. Oh, someone wanted me to talk about the Drake video. He could dance like Michael Jackson. My husband, is he vegan? He is now. He might sneak out and eat meat, which would be poultry once a week, but that's it. He don't eat it no more. He done finally seen the light because I didn't convince him. We just led by example, you know. And I told him, I said, you know what? You'll see, you'll figure it out. Okay, so the Drake video, very interesting. Dropped right on time, didn't it? Told y'all Michael Jackson to be up and everything. So it starts off at night. It shows the city with no people in there. Reminded me of when Michael Jackson was outside during Thriller. There was no people. That was strange. No people except him and that girl. Anyway, zero people. And it said the time. It said 10:12 or something, or 10:20. Add that up. That's 12, midnight. Thank you, B. Martin. The dairy industry is already being affected. Pouring gallons of milk out because it's not selling right now. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Good for them. They don't need to be torturing poor cows like that anyway. Even though, I've drank milk up until 2 years ago. I never really liked it anyway, but lots of changes will come from this. So thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. So the video starts off, there's nobody in the streets, and they're showing empty streets. It says 10:20, which if you add 10 plus 2 is 12, midnight. It's nighttime. He walks into his mansion and he's looking at all his gold awards, like, oh, that's nice. Okay. Then he walks in and he starts, rapping, and then he stands where midnight would be on a clock on a circle on his floor. So he starts dancing right there and he says, left foot up, right foot out, slide, whatever. So either way, he ends right back up in the middle. Okay. He said, either way, we're going to slide, but I'll be in the middle. I'll still be here. Wow. Some people are going to get woke. Some people are going to go to sleep. I'm still be the same. I'm still be here because I'm the balance. I'm on both sides. So, hi, kitty. Then at the end, as he's walking through his house, you see the red and the blue, of course. You see all the people on the walls, Prince, hi kitty, Tupac, all of them. So then he goes from blue to red and then purple, and then he goes outside, and then fireworks start going up in the sky. And the fireworks that are going up are like the plasma, or like the souls or the spirits. And when they hit that ionosphere, or when they hit a certain point, they explode and come back down. So that means a lot of people aren't going to be able to make it out into the ethers, or they're not going to be able to make it to the other side. They're not going to be able to shift with us. Okay. Fireworks is code for, coming up from the earth, popping, and then coming right back down. Okay. That means they don't make it in the shift. That means they can't get through the wall. That means they can't make it to the other side. They can't get out, right? Um, there's nothing to be scared of. All you gotta do is keep a high frequency. Don't eat that dairy stuff. Know the truth and see what happens. They can't escape the night, right? Um, if you scared, what? A fractal fantasy. I know this plasma centers, not that kind of plasma. I'm talking about. Well, they're probably looking for DNA too, but I'm talking about the fourth state of matter, which is, electromagnetic frequency plasma. Your soul, basically. Um, and I was promoting this book because everything that I talk about and more on my channel for the last couple of years is in here. It's called Rock of Ages by Roz Ben. I know I didn't realize how expensive this book was, but I think there's some less expensive copies on infiniteTreasures.org website. But this book says basically is everything that I talk about, everything down to the science, down to how crystals work with melanin, with electromagnetic frequency, the plasma, all the ancient Egyptian mysteries, all of that is in. It's like 5 books in one. That's why it's so expensive. Right. And it's more expensive on Amazon. So try infiniteTreasures.org first, okay? But it gives you just like, so it tells you about the crystalline body, plasma, liquid form, what crystals to use for what. There's major coded here. So if y'all are just wanting the science as well as the ancient history that they don't tell y'all, it's in there. Thank you, Ancient Love. Happy healings. All copper has magnificent healing properties. Tesla charger. Yep, I wear copper jewelry. See? Well, that's rose gold, but I have copper. And I have copper rings. Cat acts crazy. Roz Ben. RASBEN. It's called Rock of Ages, a new edition. By Roz Ben. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read it in the camera and it's backwards. Okay. What are you willing to give up in your neighborhood? What you are willing to give up for 5G, your neighbor is not. 5G is all around us. What? The point is, that's why people are going to have to move into different communities. That's the same thing that what occurred in ancient Egypt. The people that cannot withstand the 5G will have to live in their own community, and the people that can withstand it will live in another community, and they will have the advanced technology, and the other ones won't. That's how it's just going to be. And just think about the end of the movie End Games, where you see T'Challa in the highly advanced metropolis, Wakanda, and then you see everyone else in the woods or on a ranch, away from all of that. That was foretelling that some people are going to have to move out of those areas. Okay. Can we stop them from? What I feel that they're going to do is they're going to offer areas that don't have 5G, and you're going to have to move there, or they may offer incentives to move in those areas. It may be cheaper, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So, the country where they don't have so much 5G, they're going to start having, people are going to start buying a lot of land out there. Y'all remember like years ago when the Queen bought a bunch of land in the middle of the United States where it's all country and farmland and stuff. And when Kanye bought um, that ranch in Wyoming so that they're away from the 5G, because his family might be affected by that. Right. So yeah, that's the point. That's probably what it's going to become. Civilization will have two areas, one with technology and one without technology. To that degree, they may have lower levels of, internet or whatever. Do you believe in people fighting back? No, I believe that people will want the technology and some people won't want it. I believe that mixing races is probably going to be the actual result of being able to enter into the city. That's why they always use that word or code in biblical texts and other things to enter into a city, because in the future past, I'll say the future past because everything is a circle. Certain people were not able to enter into certain areas due to the frequencies that they were able to withstand. So a lot of people could not enter Egypt because of their frequency. They had to be let in or whatnot. They had to be that's why a lot of people couldn't get in. So just going to be different levels of places where people will live that don't have as much 5G or 6G, because it's going to go higher. It's not even going to stop at 5G. It's going to go up to 6 and 7G. So there'll be different places where they offer less technology, but safer environment. So it's just going to be where you can fit in. Yeah. And those people who are living, come here, kitty. Those people who are living in the areas with a lot of 5G, if they get sick and don't really make it, then their houses will be empty and they'll be up for sale. And that's in the Bible. That's biblical, actually, where it says their houses will be empty and you'll be able to walk into them and claim them as your own. Basically, that means that a lot of people are going to be purged or they're going to move. Now, they're not going to get up on the news and say this because, they're going to lose money. So the people will have to understand on their own and just move away on their own. Okay. They're not going to tell you that 5G is an antigen that's causing. Hold on, my cat wants to go outside. My door is closed. And I don't want to get up. Y'all hear? My cat hates closed doors. She feels trapped. I'm sorry, kitty. I'm gonna text Layla to come open door. Mhm. Velvet. No, she wants to get out. My door is closed. It's usually I'm over there because I'm in a different part of my office. I'm usually over there and I can just pull the door, but now I'm not. Okay. Empty house could be talking about many things. Like when you speak in multi-dimensional words or coded words, it can be physical, spiritual, and mental. So everything has to play out on the physical as well as the spiritual. hmm What is this meditation? I think it can be a good thing to lift people's spirits and mood and also help, ease the shift. But I don't feel like it's going to help anyone. I don't think it's going to help anyone who's sitting up there drinking a big old glass of milk and breathing in, toxic cloud air. I don't think it's going to help people who don't follow the common sense information. You know, I think if you have a higher immune system, you're okay. But eventually, like I said, toxins will build up in your system if they keep spraying. Thank you, Layla. She crazy. She don't like closed doors. um, it'll eventually build up over time and start to, cause an immune response. Okay, so that's why in the summertime, I predict when they stop spraying as many clouds because it's summer and the sun has to show through, you'll see a lot less of what's going on. But then as soon as they start spraying the clouds back again and that toxicity level builds back up and people start drinking all that milk again, getting all that good old mucus building toxins from their food in their body, that you will see a comeback. Okay, because they're not going to tell you. Only the strong will survive. And that means mentally, spiritually, and physically strong will survive. They're not going to tell you. It's not their place to tell you. It's your place to figure it out. They're just there to make money and exploit you. So whatever you choose to listen to, make sure that, you really believe in whatever you're doing. hmm No one said you had to be raw vegan. Okay. In fact, I'm going to do a new video on the Forbidden Knowledge TV with Billy Carson's network on how to transition into a plant-based diet and not die of not having nothing good to eat, because I've recently done it. So I can show y'all all the shortcuts, how to do it, what tastes good, what's nasty. Don't try this, that's nasty. I'm gonna do like a little intro video on that and kind of show you what I made and what's really good, what my kids like, because y'all know kids are picky. And I'm gonna show you how to cook it, because they don't tell you how to cook it. They don't tell you how to cook it and season it up and make it taste like whatever it's supposed to taste like. They don't tell you. They just put it in a pack and give it to you. Thank you, Veronica Roni Sprinkle Sprinkle. I had first. I tried to cook it the normal way. The first couple times, like you can microwave certain things or cook it, and it didn't taste right. I'm like, this nasty. But then I said, you know what? I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put olive oil. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna saute it in a pan. I'm gonna put some, you know, this with it, and I'm gonna cook it longer. And it's gonna have the same texture and the same crispiness. And I figured it out. And now, like, I actually have to cook more now that I am plant based than I've ever cooked before. And so I'm like, well, you know what? It's easy, and I think a lot of people who cook, and they even offer a lot of alternatives at fast food places now, but since we're on the quarantine, you can definitely transition easier now that you're not tempted in so many ways. And a lot of stuff that's left is vegan in the store. So you'll have easier time finding vegan stuff now, and you can order the stuff online. So, I'm like, you don't have to go extreme. You can, ease off. You can cut dairy and meat and, whatever. That's easy. There's so many things that you can do, and it tastes just as good. Okay. So, can I talk more about on the jump to the ethers? Um, let's see if a good way to explain it. Okay, the phone. So let's say you have a network and you're trying to log on, but you have an old iPhone, and your iPhone says that you cannot get the internet anymore because your iPhone too old. Upgrade your system or upgrade your software. That's kind of like what the shift is. Either you have to get a new body, a new phone, a new frequency, a new upload, a new memory, a new something, but you have to upgrade basically. So if your phone is not able to be upgraded and you can't shift into you can't get Google, you can't get Safari, you can't even pick up on the internet because your phone is so old, then you can't shift. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to say. And I'm not using age, I'm using a frequency of what's the technology that's being used. Like if your body or your phone cannot work with 5G or 6G, then, you know, you're going to have to figure out what lower 3G 3G systems you can tap into, and maybe they'll be offered somewhere in a different location. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like people rush to get in line to get the new phone. People are not doing the same thing to upgrade their DNA, you know? So, or rushing to raise their frequency somewhat. There's some people still walking around here with iPhone 7 still holding on, and there's other people with iPhones 11. It's kind of like that. And that's a perfect example. Some people walk around with an iPhone 6 and a 5 mad because they can't log in, or their stuff is slow, so they can't, you know, just think about it. That's the best example I can give that most people can understand. And I would say like a body would represent the same thing. If you're not upgrading your body as far as your immune system, your frequency, your thoughts, your mind, you can enhance it with, the copper, the jewelry, the crystals. Um, you know, if you're single, you might want to go for a more eumelanated mate, because naturally our body is higher in frequency due to the crystalline makeup of the eumelanin. So, thank you, Real Deal Sprinkle Sprinkle. The meaning of my name is Shira Star Goddess. I think I did a video about that, but yes, look it up, baby. Look it up. Look it up. Now, when people look up my name, they confuse me with who worshipped me instead of who I was, as far as the name of the goddess. Okay, I can't help who worshiped me, but okay. But I can help, read who she was, not who worshipped her. Y'all always get it twisted. All right, Lady Robbie, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Do you think there's code behind the loss of senses? They say the virus is causing bird box. I got sick last March and smell has not come back. Yeah, they're trying to create a more digital reality. And so, you got to keep your immune system up super high, baby. Like, sorry that happened to you. Um, you know, Being able to control your senses and take them away is a frequency thing as well. So make sure, because it's part of your brain, that your brain is control of your senses. Okay. Without your senses, you can't connect to the outside physical world. Then you're becoming more digital as far as, whatever. And viruses infect computers. We are quantum computers. We are computer systems basically walking around. So keep your immune system up. Keep your malware protection virus wear up. Okay? Don't be in them toxic websites. You know what I'm saying? Don't put them toxic websites in your body. Like, don't put that dairy in your body. In a lot of countries that don't consume dairy on a large scale, they're not super affected by corona. Like the, the diet in most African foods is less dairy. The countries with the major dairy intake are the most affected, or the most meat intake are the highly affected, plus 5G. So why isn't Africa teeming with corona? First of all, they're not spraying the fake clouds as much as they are, and their diet is lower in dairy. Plus, they have a high immune system naturally, and they have right. So, cut out the cheese, baby. Throw that cheese out. Get you some vegan cheese. Throw that milk out and get you some oat milk, almond milk, the rice milk, or some type of milk. I don't know. Where do you get your info? Not from the fake news. Believe me, you'll live longer listening to me than you will the TV. I promise you. Okay. Because I will come up and tell you to cut the dairy, because that's common sense that it increases your mucus. And mucus, if you don't know, is what causes a pneumonia and corona. Okay, so I'm going to tell you, don't drink that milk. If you want to keep drinking milk, go ahead and have fun and go outside and inhale real deep when it's a rainy, muggy day, and write your last will and testament and have a good old day. Okay, because it's survival of the fittest and the smartest and the wisest. It's the purge, and it's going to happen again next year and the year after that until people realize what they got to stop doing. Well, why are they still alive? Because they don't eat that milk. They vegan. They don't go outside and jog when spray clouds is being sprayed right in their nose. What y'all need to be worried about is the spray clouds mostly because, a lot of stuff cannot survive in hotter weather. And your body would radiate higher in a higher temperature naturally. It's evolution. And you would be forced to drink more water, which would also help with your 5G issues. I mean, it all adds up if they just stop spraying the clouds. Hmm. Are they any fact backing up what you're saying? No, just go do exactly whatever you want to do. Like I said, it's survival of the fittest. There's no facts behind it, just medical science and years of medical research and uh, books and Google and common sense. Like I said, it's survival of the fittest. And sadly, and I know this is evil to say, but I'm glad because there's only so much people can put up with nowadays because I can't do it no more. You know, I'm just saying, I'm glad people are having to think for themselves now to save themselves. I'm glad because it's about time. I'm glad people are having to do their own research and fact checking someone online, but not fact checking someone on fake news. I'm glad y'all are starting to fact check. If you fact check everybody. Okay. Go ahead and ask why they're not telling y'all stop eating dairy when it's the number one cause of mucus production. Okay. So that's what I say. The purge is survival of the fittest of mind, body, and soul. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's also a wake up call and to tell you, you can do something about it to an extent. Yes. Hmm. You said they better test that on Asians and Italians first. It don't matter. If you eating dairy, it's gonna work the same on you. If you eating meat and dairy, it ain't gonna work on you either. Because it's your lymph system that has to be detoxed. Your whole blood system has to be detoxed because um, that's what it's working through your lymph. Okay. That's why they have to have you on quarantine for 2 weeks after you get it because they have to detox your entire blood system. Okay. It's not a regular virus. It's a lymph toxicity in your lymph system because you're breathing it in and your immune response lymphatic system is being agitated with antigens, which, like I said, silver iodide and the spray clouds, as well as being agitated by the 5G. Okay, it's a response, it's an immune response. There is no virus, it's an immune response. And when your immune response starts responding, it produces antibodies. When those antibodies are produced, that's how they test you positive for corona. When they see them antibodies being produced on a massive rate because your lymph system has been agitated by toxins being sprayed in the air and 5G and building up over time, and they're double spraying to cover what's in the sky, then guess what? A bunch of people gonna get sick, especially if they keep drinking milk and eating meat and causing more mucus to build up and can't breathe because their bolt or bronchial associated um, lymphatic tissue is now becoming more, I wrote it down, um, agitated and starts to inflame and produce extra mucus, and you can't breathe and you suffocate yourself to death and you can't breathe. Just like they talk about in every rap song, they're gonna cut you at the neck, they're gonna cut your throat, you can't breathe. I'm gonna hang you high with a noose. That's what they're talking about. Okay. So cut the dairy out or do whatever you like, you know, and the meat. If you look up number one foods that cause mucus production, meat will be number one, and dairy will be number one and two, I think. They'll be like number one or two of each other. So cut that out. Sugar and carbs, yep. Cut down the sugar. Eat more citrus fruit instead of candy. Just look it up. Do your research like I did. If you want to save yourself, you got to save yourself literally. You really have to save yourself. This is like, there's no one going to come and give you a magic cure if you're stupid. They're going to use you to the very end to keep their industries going. Oh, we're not going to say, dairy industry, don't drink milk because the dairy industries are already suffering and that's the American backbone and blah, 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 blah. They don't care about you. Okay. They will support their meat and dairy industry before they support your life. They will not get up and tell you stop eating that stuff or you gonna die because of your lymph system being agitated by the toxins that we're spraying over you. They aren't going to come up there and say that. And if you're waiting on them to say that on the news, listen to Trump. He said, you know what? That's fake news. He said, I know when it's going to go away. When they stop spraying them clouds, basically in the summer. The fake meats are not causing the mucus though, baby. You're not listening to me. I wish y'all would see. That's why I say survival of the fittest. Do your research. Just do your research. If you want to go back and forth with somebody, have done a little bit of research at least. I'm not talking about whether it's good or bad. I'm talking about, does it produce mucus? Is it going to drown you inside your own lungs? Okay. If you go outside and take a deep breath of silver iodide cloud dust that they spray over you, and you go in there and eat a big old steak and drink some milkshake with it, and then your immune system starts responding to the toxins that you're breathing in plus the 5G, you're going to start getting sick. Why? Because that's the natural response of your lymphatic system to toxins, aka antigens. So, yes, there are preservatives and plant-based meat alternatives, but do they produce mucus? Okay, because we have to consider what we're talking about right now, not in general, but right now. Okay, you have to focus on now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but what's happening right now. What do you need to be putting in your body right now, and what you don't need to be putting in your body? Okay, right. Just Google mucus food chart. There you go. That easy. Right. You like them vegan nubs, Tarika? Yes, me too. My kids love them. Yeah, you can start by fasting as well. You can fast, but if you're on a plant-based diet, you don't have to starve and fast because your body has low toxic things in it anyway. I mean, everyone has toxins in their body, but yours is lower. hmm Right. Nothing is going to protect you but you. Right. Good. I'm glad you stopped drinking milk and dairy products because that's probably gonna save your life. Yeah. Detox first, right. I agree. I agree. They got detox tea everywhere. You look, it's a detox tea. Wear hematite too, because that helps your blood, which helps your lymphatic system. What do I think about digital currency and everyone's fear of it? Um, I think most people use digital currency already anyway, because I have not used cash, like, unless the kids need cash for something, I don't use cash, you know. And now with the corona, people are like scared to touch your credit card. Ooh, I don't want to touch your credit card. Stick it in here for me. Yeah. So I think digital currency is what it's going to turn into, but I would always have a backup, just like you have a backup of everything. You know, I would always have a back. I always have me a stack of cash in my house. I always keep me a credit card, and I'll use the digital currency until it's almost as if we don't really need it anymore because the trust levels of all the kinks are out, and there's way we can track it and and keep track of it, whatever, until the technology becomes advanced enough for us to trust it 100% or at least 50% because you can't really trust anything 100%. Then it's all going to transfer to digital, because then with paper money. It's going to be like people saying, "Oh, I remember when shells were money. Now we have paper, which is the same thing as a digital money. It's just a piece of paper. It burns up. But before we use gold, shells, whatever, material items, but now we use paper. So until we get to the level of trusting currency as we trust paper currency or a piece of plastic in our wallet currency, until we get to that level, then it's going to seem foreign and strange to us. But our grandparents and great grandparents went through the same thing and accepting credit cards or not having to write checks, but using credit cards and whatnot, to pay bills. Thank you for Farima. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hey, Sheila. Throat was hurting today and a clove facial steam and for breathing. You did okay. And drinking, blah, 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 blah. Girl, eat an orange. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Eat an orange. That's y'all know how the old folks say eat an orange. Eat an orange. Go get like some orange, not orange juice because that has extra sugar and that creates more, go get an orange, peel it, and sit there and eat it. If you have a steam pot, put the orange peels in it and boil it, and then smell the steam. Or if you have an air diffuser and you have some essential oils with like bergamot or citrus essential oil, put it in there in your house and let that go through your house. Okay. Coconut oil, put some in your throat and swallow it. That's good. It's antiviral, antifungal, and whatnot. Is a mass meditation? I don't know. I'm not, you know what? Luxury goddess, y'all know I'm not part of no mass nothing, baby. I'm an individual that thinks individually, but I help out other people. If you don't know if it's okay, then my thing is, what are we meditating on? What are people meditating for? What is the cause of the meditation? What is the result that people are trying to get? Because it's stupid to meditate on something if people sitting there meditating, drinking milk. You know what I'm saying? Why don't we educate instead of meditate? I would rather educate than meditate. I'm sorry. I can meditate on my own. Educate, don't meditate. Well, if you meditating online, get you a shirt and say stop drinking milk on it and put it up there. Okay? Do both at the same time. I would meditate on people to wake up. That's what I would do. Meditate on people to start waking up and doing their own research. That's what I would rather meditate on. I'm not meditating on stopping the coronavirus because as long as you don't know how to stop it, it ain't gonna stop. As long as you don't even know what's causing it, it's not gonna stop until they stop spraying them clouds. But it'll come back as soon as they start spraying again. So What if the lights go out? Will 5G still work? I don't know. I doubt the lights are going to go out. They have solar panels, got generators. They might go out temporarily if something happens, like a storm or a hurricane or something, but they'll be right back on. You know, people can't lose, you know, their communication and their money. And if they do, you know, you don't need you don't need whatever plants that they're using to generate electricity. We have wind, air, water, the sun. People will put up a solar or a wind tower and we'll be back in business. They're where I live, they're giving away, they're paying people to get solar panels installed. Thank you, Alchemy of Life, Sprinkle Sprinkle. I sell hand blended 5G detox teas on Etsy. Alchemy of Life say he got the hook up. Go check it out on Etsy. What's your Etsy handle? Thank you, Alchemy Life, Sprinkle Sprinkle. I think, is it Alchemy Life? Y'all just put it in all caps in the comments. Thank you, Glam Baby. Do you believe in FEMA camps, the concentration camps that they are building? The Army Reserves are literally taking over stadiums. That's because, Sprinkle Sprinkle, that's because a lot of people are going to die that don't detox. Sprinkle Sprinkle. They're just doing that for the mass numbers of people that they can't admit into hospitals. And I believe that it's going to be it has to be by free will. You understand? It's by free will. They're treating it like an epidemic or a disease because they cannot tell you. I promise you, they cannot come out and tell you, look, we have to spray fake clouds because we're hiding something in the sky because we finna shift. And if y'all ain't got the right frequency, y'all ain't gonna make it. So these toxic clouds are gonna get in your lung and agitate your lymph system, which is gonna agitate your lungs and make mucus build up, and you're gonna drown inside your own body. So stop eating that dairy, eating that meat, even though that's what's gonna sustain us for as long as possible. Y'all can't do that. They're not gonna come tell you. I promise you, they're not gonna come tell you. It's up to you. It's up to you to be wise. So the only people that will probably be forced to be in those camps are the overflow of the hospitals that don't have any more room. It's never going to be like people think it is. It's always going to be free will. Okay? Because that's what we have, free will. It's always going to be free will. That's why you keep seeing Trump up there saying, do what you want. I'm not, because it's free will. Always be free will. Now, you have people that are going to be scared, lining up to enter into the FEMA camps like they always do. Every hurricane, every disaster, how many people lined up to them FEMA trucks? Nobody's forcing people to do it. Nobody's telling them they're going to have to do it. They do it because, oh, well, if you go there, you can get free assistance. Oh, if you go there, you can get free medical assistance. Oh, if you go there, you can get shelter. Oh, you can't pay your bills no more because, the corona done messed your life up. Well, we have temporary housing in place, AKA FEMA. You see? So it will always be voluntary. It will never be forced. People are so scared. That's why their immune systems are low, because they live in fear instead of thinking logically and understanding how stuff works. It will always be a free will. We do not live in a communist country. That's why we have the free will. Now, people are comparing other countries who are communist or socialist to America, which is not, and thinking this is going to happen. But our Constitution ain't set up that way, and our people ain't set up that way because we crazy. Okay, I'm just telling you. You said for now, for forever. Okay, if people who are putting all these laws and stuff in place and setting all this stuff up, drinking milk, thinking it's a real virus, and sitting there drinking milk, they ain't gonna be around much longer to control anything. It's only gonna be survival of the fittest, the smartest, and the wise, or the people that just know. I mean, you can be stupid and have some information and follow it, you know, but somebody gave it to you, right? You say we're too woke to be taken advantage of. That's right. We might scam the system, but the system definitely will not scam us. Okay, it is like eugenics going on. It really is. And I've been telling y'all for the last 2 years. Look, okay, they're not going to tell you got to mix race in order to experience or not be affected by as affected by 5G and stuff. They're not going to tell y'all that, but they're going to insinuate it in commercials and in movies. They're going to tell you in a roundabout way. So they're going to start saying, "Oh, we got some new vegan products. Beyond Meat is at this place. Oh, Impossible Burger. You know how much Burger King spends on advertising that Impossible Burger? Okay, they're going to tell y'all in a roundabout way. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. It's up to you. Um, yeah, bird boxing. We have free will to the point where, yeah, no one has 100% free will because of laws. Of course, you can't go and kill people. I mean, that's free will to kill people, but you still gonna have to suffer the consequence. Now, when I say free will, I mean free will to stop doing certain things on your own, doing your own research. You can still think. What do I think the mark of the beast is? There's several beasts. Like when you read certain books, biblically, um, ancient texts, there's different types of beasts. There's not just one. Um, a beast is a something wild, something free, something uncontrollable. A beast is something that's big, uncontrollable, and wild. Okay, and it's yeah. So it's also big. Some things that are described as beasts are described as huge. Some things are beasts of the field are big waves, field, open plains, big areas. There's a beast, a big frequency. Then also they can be described as planets. I think in the book of Enoch, they describe a beast in the sky as one of the planets could be something huge. So there's different beasts that they speak of. There's something that is big and with not in your control. Okay. How many people do you suspect will die? As many people are still drinking milk, meat, and inhaling them clouds with low immune systems and doing drugs and drinking alcohol, lowering their immune system daily. All them people. And if their immune system is high, then they may not. They might just get sick and get over it and get past it. But, you know, you get pneumonia a couple times and you don't survive after the third time mostly. Maybe the fourth time. You get pneumonia a few times, it's not gonna keep going. You know. Think about it. Um, just because let's just say someone had the corona, right? And they get through it. And let's say the corona come back next year and you get it again. You got pneumonia again. You don't keep getting over pneumonia. Eventually, it overtakes you. It consumes you. It's a consumption, just like the tuberculosis. It consumes you. It consumes your lungs because your body is responding to being agitated by all the toxins that are in your environment, as well as the ones that you are willingly putting in your body. So, if your environment is already toxic, spray clouds, 5G, and you put even more toxins in your body, you're not gonna last too much longer. If you have low frequency as far as a bad attitude, if you fear a lot of things, that lowers your immune system as well. So you got to be the total package, I guess. I don't know. Try oat milk then. Oat milk. rice milk, cashew milk. If you just need milk, there's different types. Y'all got a variety now. Hmm. Yes. No, vegetables can transmute any toxic things, um, also due to the sun and the chlorophyll. Just wash them off. Okay. Arby's about that life. Milk. What? I was hospitalized. Ooh, roach milk. Y'all nasty. A lot of people said oat milk is good. I have not tried it. I will try it the next time I go and get to the store. I will definitely let y'all know. Okay. Some Lady Robbie says wash your vegetables with vinegar. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Coconut water. I drink all of that. Coconut water, coconut milk, almond milk. I need to try oat milk. I've tried rice milk. It's pretty good. So, yeah, just transition out of the dairy, number one, and the meat. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I told y'all. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell them. Tried to show them. Now that we're in the middle of it, I think people are gonna do it. Hmm. Chris Brown post. Yeah, I already decoded those. Um, he's saying a reset. We're gonna have to do a reset. And a reset is really a purge. It's like, when your computer stopped working good or your phone is stuck or whatever, you got to turn it on and turn it back off to reset it and get rid of all the cookies in it and all the stuff that's slowing it down. A reset, a shift, a ascension is ultimately starting something new, you know. Oh, I'm gonna show y'all my Michael Jackson thing that I put together on Instagram. Y'all need to follow me on. Chris Brown put something. Y'all need to follow me on my Instagram. He said, to be continued 2020. So it means it's gonna keep on going. One next, prepare for the next thing. Okay, so let me show y'all what I showed you on my whoever can take credit for this can take credit for this. And I saw this too, and Sasha saw it too, but we never talked about it. But someone in my comments on my last video was trying to scream and tell me about the Scream video, Michael Jackson, and the coronavirus. So I'm just going to show this to you. So those little things on the floor jiggling around like coronavirus, look just like coronavirus. And then their outfits are like black, kind of bronchial tubes. I don't know. And then he says recreation. And when they're by the coronavirus things, they're always on the wall, not the floor. So they never touch the same floor as those virus thingies. So just go watch the video. It's very interesting. And then I posted this where it says behind the mask, Michael Jackson. So, a lot of people walking around looking like gang gang right now like this. But he has on a crown with emerald stones, and corona is, the same as crown. Okay. Then we have his bodyguard doing an interview saying Michael Jackson predicted a coronavirus-like outbreak. But he already know what was going down. He said This is a Michael Jackson quote. I am on this earth for a reason. I mustn't damage my voice. That's code for his frequency. I've got to stay healthy. I don't know who I'm going to encounter today. I don't know what I might pass on. Okay. So and he says that he would go to different countries and meet many people, and he always maintained that a germ could wipe out all of us at any time, and therefore he would sport a mask as to not get infected as well as pass it on to someone else. So, I think we can like associate the spray clouds with this germ as well as the immune system and whatnot, because they've been spraying chemtrails for a long time. Okay. Some and in some countries more than others. Mhm. Right. So, yeah, sugar, don't do too much sugar because it does cause a little mucus. If you want something sweet, try to do like a citrusy fruit or do sugar in moderation, or, take some sugar, whatever you're eating, and then eat an orange right after or some grapes to break up the mucus or drink some apple cider vinegar or something, kind of combat it. But um, there's less toxins in fruit sugars than there are, yeah, honey, hmm or stevia or agave or something. Dark chocolate, yeah, that has less dairy or no dairy in it. If they use vegan products, there's vegan butter. It tastes just like margarine or regular butter. You can't tell the difference. You really can't. Um, So go on, look, if y'all want some good food or recipes, go on Instagram and follow plant-based alternatives, and they'll show you real food and the ingredients. And there's shortcut ingredients you can also get. Um, and you'll eat better as well. You'll eat better as well. Let me show you some of the foods that they have up here. That's really good. Mhm. Like they have all types of soup, curry soups. They have like salads with avocado, like potato chips or fried potatoes, pastas. I don't know. That one, I don't know about that one. Grilled cheese with vegan cheese. You see, you can still eat grilled cheese. You just have to have vegan cheese. They give you the recipe in there too. Like if you're a cook, just click on the thing. Look, it gives you the whole recipe, how to make it. So if you need some quick ideas or some alternative ideas, go to plant-based alternatives on Instagram, and you get the whole recipe and the ingredients. If you don't want to make the ingredients from scratch, just get, the substitute for it in vegan form. So like say cheese. If they tell you how to make the cheese from scratch, just go get you some vegan cheese. Because y'all know I'm lazy. I have to do all that. I'm just gonna go buy some vegan cheese. But for those who are like really sticklers on, how to make their own food from scratch, they have the scratch recipe. hmm But I'm gonna do my video for the Forbidden Knowledge TV, and then I'm not gonna talk about this diet thing anymore. It's survival of the fittest for a reason. Y'all, the dairy and meat industry are going to dry up pretty much anyway until the people dry up that eat it. And that's just the future. The future. If y'all don't believe me, Nikola Tesla, y'all probably like him, right? Already predicted that the future was going to be plant based or vegan. He said that because we're moving into a higher technology as well as a shift, and he could pick up on certain things as well. So he already said it. He already said it, that's just what it is. So the faster you transition to that diet, the healthier you'll be and the better chance you'll have to be here because they're gonna force it. They're gonna force it. They're gonna it's gonna be forced. You're not gonna have a choice after a while because you're just gonna be sick and you're not gonna know why, and they're not gonna tell you why. And then, you're gonna see people that don't eat certain things that they're gonna be fine. So people will figure it out, but it'll just we don't want to lose people because we're stubborn. We don't want to lose little kids because we're stubborn and whatnot. So just be smart. You gonna risk your life over some meat and cheese? Y'all crazy. I ain't gonna do that, y'all. Y'all can have it. Um, I'm gonna eat my meat and cheese. You can't tell me nothing. Go ahead. What you want on your tombstone? No, not the pizza. The tombstone. What you want on it? Um, y'all remember that commercial? Have you eaten jackfruit? Yeah, I ate jackfruit. What it tastes like? What it remind you of? Um, the consistency reminds me of like a rotisserie chicken or a pulled pork. If you buy the kind that's already marinated, or if you marinate it yourself in some type of barbecue sauce, I recommend barbecue sauce or anything strong with strong flavors. It tastes just like chicken, especially if you put it on bread. Like I made a pulled rotisserie chicken barbecue sandwich with jackfruit, and I used like bread and taste and I put onions and pickles on it, and it tastes really good. You can't tell the difference, but you need that bread first of all, and that barbecue sauce. Otherwise, they have this other plant-based alternative called chicken, but it's spelled different. It's like chick and then apostrophe in, and that one is more of a chicken consistency. What do you think about martial law and how that is about to happen? What are our rights under martial law? It'll all be free will. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You won't be under martial law. You'll just be expected to do what's wise and smart for you. They're just going to close stuff down so you can't access it. And if you need to go somewhere, you'll have a pass, a reason, an excuse, a loophole. They're not going to enforce certain things unless you're going to be in certain areas. Like, for example, um, if you come in here, you got to wear a mask. If you are homeless after you lost your job because of the corona, then you could come live here temporarily in our FEMA shelter. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be up to you as an individual. People are going to have to help you and pitch in if you don't have any savings, if you can't sustain your lifestyle due to a temporary shutdown, which is only going to get longer and longer as things repeat as they're going to do, until the purge is complete. So, I say, start your own business, save you some money, do something like that. It'll all be free will. hmm Yeah, vegans and vegetarians are concerned because the crops are being with the chemicals and da 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 da. Yeah, wash them off. The sun that the vegetables have gotten transmuted that through the chlorophyll. Y'all will be fine. The toxic chemicals that build up in your system um, over long, are vegetables are digested faster than meat and cheese. So here's the thing. If you do get some toxic vegetables, let's say, oh, I'm eating a toxic salad, okay, those vegetables are going to be out of your system before the day is done. But you eat that meat with that cheese on it, that's going to be in your system for 3 days, and all the toxicity is going to become even more toxic. And what are the words? Rot inside a corpse's shell. And you're going to produce more toxins that you already didn't even have because now you're fermenting your toxic waste inside your body. So now you have fermented toxins, which is even worse. Okay. And then it has to go through your uh, intestines. And if you get constipated because your colon backed up because you're a meat eater, it might stay in there longer than 3 days. I don't know. So, y'all know I have to get gross because I have to push the point. Um, you're going to be getting way more toxic waste or toxins or, in your body by eating meat and cheese than eating a vegetable that's going to be gone in less than a day. Doesn't have time to set up and really get in there and cause too much damage, you know. Right. Nobody want to talk. No one wants to talk about mandatory vaccines. I'm not taking no mandatory vaccines. Who gonna make me take a vaccine? I don't have to go anywhere. I can order everything I need online. I can homeschool my kids. We ain't got to go. We don't need a vaccine. There is no vaccine. The vaccine is to stop spraying the clouds. The vaccine is to stop eating meat and dairy because that's what's causing it to exacerbate from the toxic um, stuff that you're breathing in, as well as the 5G. They might make up something to test out something on people, but it ain't gonna be no vaccine. Okay. I won't be taking any mandatory vaccines. I'll be taking like mandatory no thank yous. Right. Evolve freely. Seek God. Who's God? What's God? God of what? God of who? You know, God can't save you if you're sitting there praying, drinking milk, and eating meat and breathing in cloud toxicity. Okay. He can, he, okay. God don't save people that know better, but don't do better. Babies and fools, right? Isn't that what they say? God only protects babies and fools, people that don't know any better. You know better. Okay. You know better, so you got to do better. Go read your Bible when it says don't touch any unclean thing when this happened and that happened. Go interpret your Bible if you believe in God. Go interpret your Bible and read about not touching unclean things. That means toxic things. Okay. Yeah, I better learn how to decode. Hmm. It's 11:11. Yay. If you want to evolve to the next level, you better go read about unclean things. Okay. That means toxic in the old days. There you go. In general, it's toxic. Yeah, exactly. If you know how to decode it, there's information in it. If you take it literally, it's toxic. All I gotta do is pray to God and I'm gonna be fine. No, you won't. There's priests and people in the church dying. They was praying, but you know what? They was probably eating a ham sandwich with extra cheese and drinking a glass of milk while they was doing it, and whatnot. So what I feel is you have to be smart. Only babies, what they say in the Bible, only babies and fools are protected. Fools are people that don't know any better. They just don't know. They don't know. Somebody gonna tell the fool. The fool is gonna listen to them because they see, oh, this person's smart and I'm not, so I better listen to somebody. The baby's gonna do what the mama say. Hopefully, the mom will protect it. The baby's gonna be at the hands of whoever. And babies can't really eat too much meat or toxic things anyway in their diet until they get to a certain age. You're not even supposed to give babies certain foods until they get to a certain age, so they'll be fine. Okay. Um. He went to go look it up. Touch no unclean thing. That means don't eat toxic food, okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mhm. Yeah, no one's forcing anyone. Like I said, it's always free will. That's why Donald Trump said he don't care if you wear a mask. He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. So do whatever you need to do. Because then, honestly, the people that no, I'm gonna tell y'all something because it's gonna sound harsh, but the people that are telling you guys, look, you do whatever you want. They're giving you the chance to figure it out. They're not going to tell you one thing or another. They're not going to set something in stone so that you go with that. They're going to allow you to use your own brain and to think. Now, that's one thing that Trump does. He allows you to think. The media will push something down your throat even if it's wrong. Okay? Free will is what it's about. Free will to do your own research. Stop looking for someone to save you. Save yourself. You know, you know what to do. It's common sense. If you're in denial, go to any medical website and type in what causes mucus. What food should I stop eating in flu season? What food should I stop eating if I have allergies, pneumonia, if there's an epidemic going around? What foods should I not eat? What few foods are number one mucus creators? That's common sense. What is pneumonia like symptoms? Mucus buildup. Why do people need all these respirators? Because they're drowning inside. Their immune response system is being activated by antigens, which are toxins, and combine it with extra toxins that you're going to compile. More people are dying after the quarantine because they're at home eating. They're consuming toxic foods at home. That's why more are getting sick. It's not about who's out and about. Those people are out and about, but the people at home are now coming down with the corona because they're sitting there outside in their backyard or walking around, jogging, keeping 6 feet from people, but still breathing in toxicity and eating bad foods. So people are still going to get sick until they figure out that it's their food, their intake and their toxins in their body being agitated or stimulated. Okay, so more and more, y'all don't stock up on that milk. Leave that milk right where you left it. Get different kind of coffee creamer if you drink coffee. Some coffees create mucus too. So if you are trying to get off of that, do decaf, drink tea instead. Um, Limit it to like 1 cup a day if you gotta have it. Get non-dairy creamer or some type of alternative whatever, because that's why the numbers are going up because people are sitting at home just eating themselves into toxicity. Okay, ordering pizzas and stuff, getting all that good old cheese. Right. um them joggers gonna be gone too because they sitting out there breathing that stuff in. They probably go home and get a big old protein milkshake. They're gonna be mad. Just drink it early in the morning, then eat an orange. If you're vegan and you don't have all that mucus building stuff in your body anyway, a cup of coffee ain't gonna do nothing to you. But if you are piling it on top of cheese, meat, et cetera, then you're gonna have a problem. You see? You said coconut oil gives you the run. Well, good. Take some more. You need to detox. hmm See that, like, remember? Thank you, Kappa, Shanti, Sprinkle, Sprinkle. Say God bless us. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Sprinkle. So all these people outside in parks, like, if the clouds are out, don't be out. That's okay. If you see clouds, go back in. And unless you see the blue sky, don't go outside. You know. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. It's gonna be a bright. It has never been this cloudy, ever. Have you ever, in your past life, no, in your past years of living, not your past life, remember it ever being this cloudy? Mhm. Correct. And now I live in a state, I live in Texas where the weather is crazy. And the weather for 90% of the year now is mostly cloudy. I remember when it used to be cloudy, sunny, rainy, hot, freezing all in one week. Now it's just cloudy all week. Maybe sunny for 2 hours a day, maybe for half a day, but the rest of the time it's cloudy. Hmm. Houston. Um, and so the spray clouds from the planes that spray the clouds, the chemicals are toxic to you, which, like I said, causes the over mucus production, pneumonia-like syndrome. You can look it up. Silver iodide causes pneumonia-like and flu increase. Mhm. No dairy, no meat, no. That's right. You said weed ain't bad. Why do you think they legalized weed right before the corona? I'm just gonna put that out there. Legalize weed before the corona. Okay. Y'all can do what y'all want, like I said. Do what y'all want. I'm not gonna sit here and try to make stubborn people do whatever they need to do. Survival of the fittest. What time of day do you think is best to take the different gold? Um, Whenever you feel like it. I think whenever you remember to do it. I would take the gold and the platinum earlier because that might give you more energy and creativity throughout the day. Thank you, Maverick Yasmin, who is accounting us for our transgressions. Yourselves, sprinkle, sprinkle. You are accounting yourself for your transgressions. How you take care of you, how you love yourself, how you take care of your body, how you believe, what you believe will all, get to shine right at this time. So you're being held by your own accountability. You are your own judge, basically. You said ain't weed vegan. If you eat it, go ahead. I mean, maybe if you eat it, it might help more than you smoke it. I mean, you if you can't go without weed that bad, go ahead try to eat it. Maybe that'll work out for you. Put it in some food or something. Sprinkle, sprinkle it in some food. Make you some vegan brownies or whatever. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, Whole Foods, if y'all have a Whole Foods, they have vegan donuts, vegan brownies that they make fresh in the bakery. If you like that fresh baked, real tasting food, go to Whole Foods. They have all that good stuff, and they have so many options that are actually good. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Taste. I like their vegan donuts better than I like some donut places. Actually. Hmm. Oh, and another thing, like I recently purchased a lot of succulents and cactus plants, and I put them in my home. And I also got herbs like for my food when I cook, and I set them on my kitchen counter because cactus absorbs EMF or ELF frequencies, 5G, and succulents as well. And then you have other plants that purify your air, like ivy, and things like that. So get some plants in your house. Also, those Himalayan salt crystals lamps will also help purify your air. as well. Please repent. God is real. Yes, God is real. Is real. God who commands you, which is your higher self, is real. So listen to your higher mind. Okay. You can't repent and beg God for forgiveness, drinking a glass of milk, eating a grilled cheese sandwich, and inhaling um, cloud dust and expect to live still. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you read the Bible, God don't send people to tell you God is real. They send people to teach. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, God don't send people to tell you stuff. He send people to teach. Okay, because He ain't gonna send no person to say, "Oh, just pray, just pray." Oh my God, please help me get over whatever illness this is, and hopefully it will pass me by. Even though I'm sitting here drinking a gallon of milk a day, eating ice cream. No, they send teachers, wise men, wise women, knowledge, frequencies, light, information. They don't expect you, um, you know, they actually expect you to do your own research, but if you don't, they'll send someone for you. Okay, it's up to you. Sure, the mass meditation was actually good. Well, I'm glad it was positive. Right? You've been eating so many fries since you've been vegan, girl. That's how it always starts off. Everybody start off eat fry. Well, I don't know what to eat. I eat fry. Get the fry. Go to get some sweet potato fries. Go to Burger King, get you an Impossible Burger. Go to the store, get you some Beyond Meat if you're having a hard time transitioning. Um, but that's usually how I start off fries. The anger of God is Saturn, Satan, repent. Okay, well, I'm good. I don't have a messed up frequency, so I can withstand all those things. Oh, Layla sent me something. Ew. Somebody's cat sat in their toilet and she sent me a picture of it. Why? Who did this? I said, Mike, this is a weird looking cat though. Look what she sent me. A cat in the toilet. Like, that's just nasty. That's not our cat. That's somebody on the internet or something. My cat's black. Thank you for the donation though. Sprinkle sprinkle. Repent also means something else if you decode it. So, repent means asking for forgiveness, or repenting means either to stop eating the dairy and the meat, which is repenting from eating that, repenting from doing things that, you know, um, cause your body harm. So, repent from eating dairy. Yes. Maverick also says, ascended master without God, foolish. Ascended master becomes God, becomes a God. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't argue religion. I decode it. Okay. You said a cat in the cat in the toilet though, sitting inside of it. Right. God is within. Right. The God frequency, definitely. hmm Wait, I can't eat chicken? Is it meat? I mean, you know what? Do what you want. Like, you know what I say? Feel your way out. Feel your way through this. If you don't eat cheese, drink alcohol, do any other things that have so much toxic, things in it that will trigger your autoimmune system, or then maybe eating a piece of chicken ain't gonna affect you. But if you're compiling all of it on top of each other, maybe it will. You know, I think you have to be smart. You just have to do the science on it. That's what I think. Hmm. Your lungs are also a symbol of scales. They're two, and they sit on a stick. I'm just saying that. That's all I'm gonna say. Your lung look like the scale, balance. They sit on a stick on your sternum, and there's two of them, and they're equal. Okay, when them scales can't balance, when they can't breathe, it's over. How do you tell the difference between real clouds and spray clouds? 99.9% of the clouds in the United States of America are spray clouds. Okay, there you go. So that's how you can tell. So your judgment is within, baby. Y'all better wake up. So, I tell people this, and it's going to take a few times for them to get it. It's going to take a few times. And I'm patient. I'll do it. I'll get up and do it again tomorrow and the next day until everybody figured it out. And that's just going to be that. If you're here on this channel, you want to figure it out. You're trying to figure it out. So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. But I'm not going to argue with people. That's not why I'm here. Survival of the fittest. Hmm. Right. Just cut all the foods that are toxic and cause inflammation. That's correct. Mhm. That's that simple. Well, what about seafood, you ask? Well, the clouds get into the ocean, which makes the oceans more acidic, which then contaminates the seafood. So, sorry, y'all. I know it's up to you, baby. You got to do your research. When Bobby got sick last time, he said the angels did a ritual that didn't come to help him, so he was not giving them energy anymore and tapping into his own power now. Oh, y'all talk about each other. Well, I'm doing the science, and I'm going with the ancient Kemet teachings, and I'm going with the scale, and I'm going with the diets of the people that are least affected. The African people have a low dairy diet, and that country is the least affected. I'm going by common sense, science, and knowledge, as well as my intuition, which actually led me to make this video. So I'm going by those things that I can see and pick up on, and also what I channeled. Now, I don't listen to people I don't know who don't know me. I don't listen to people like on the news because they don't have my best interest in mind, and I don't care about them. Okay, there's nothing that makes me want to listen to them. Okay, I listen to the ancient ancestors who had my best interest in mind. I listen to knowledge and people that have studied all this for years, who understand what it is. I listen to my intuition, and I go with that. I don't listen to people that don't care a thing about me. Okay. So I know that I wouldn't rely on them. I would only rely on the people that left information thousands and thousands of years ago for me now. That's thought. That's consideration. I'm a listen. Thank you, unapologetic Ella. Shira, what water brand do you recommend? I don't know. If I get something, it's Fiji or something like that. I don't know. Um, I have a water filtration system in my home that I had installed that gets rid of all of those things. So if you can finance one or get one, and put in your house, that's the best thing you can do because it detox your shower water, your teeth brushing water, and your drink. Like they'll install this thing by your sink in your drinking water. Okay, and they're probably cheap to get right now because of what's going on. So I would get it. Their business is probably down, and they're probably having a special. You better go get it. Like you're gonna need it anyway because, like I said, the water is eventually going to become more acidic, and you know different chemicals to balance the pH in water through your filtration system. You're gonna need some extra help. Essence, thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Also the kidneys. The lungs are the scales, and so are the kidneys. In ancient Kemet, they looked at those. They look at the kidneys also to judge you and how you live because your kidneys filter out the toxins in your body and your blood before they hit your lungs, you know, and your lip system. So those two. Lady Robbie, y'all don't, yeah, exactly. People aren't following me to figure out who God is. That's up to y'all. I'm just trying to tell y'all something else. I'm talking about dairy, meat, and inhaling toxic things in the sky, and y'all talking about God. If I were to represent the God that you are representing, I would want to represent him with intelligence, not superstition. If you're gonna send a representative, send a smart one, please. Send somebody that's making some sense. So just think about it like that. Don't come using God to sound smart when you're dumb. Get smart and then come back. Do the research and come on back. Okay? Because you can, you can get a surgeon and then you can get somebody that claims to know God and say, you know what? I'm gonna do your surgery for you because I got God. Who you gonna trust? The trained surgeon that's not trying to steal your organs, or the person who claims God will help guide them to do what's right, but can't keep a job at Taco Bell. I think I'm gonna go for the person who actually knows what they were talking about. One person, just a little bit. Hmm. Your ancestor food was mainly beans. Okay, Sarah, see, they weren't eating all that stuff. Okay, so here's the thing. The places where they eat a lot of cheese are very affected. A lot of meat and cheese, they suffer. Mhm. I wouldn't take any vaccine to anything. Okay, I wouldn't take a vaccine to anything. The vaccine is your brain. The vaccine is do your research. That's the vaccine. Hmm. What's wrong with the designy water? Just curious. Mm. There's rumors that say designy water has fetal tissue in it. And I can understand why they would do that because they're trying to experiment on the masses by introducing eumelanin tissue or eumelanin RNA into your bloodstream. And it didn't really work to boost your immune system because they knew what was coming, survival of the fittest. They knew it was coming, and here we are. Okay. I need y'all to go and Google mucus causing foods, and that will help you a lot. Avoid a lot of those foods. Um, if you want coffee, do it once a day, and that's fine. You know, especially if you're not doing dairy or meat. It's not going to really affect you. But if you have a low immune system, don't do none of those. Hmm. Can I do a decode on recent coming out of Wade's daughter? You mean his son that's transitioning into a girl? A lot of things are to give messages. A lot of celebrities are paid to do certain things to affect the frequency of a group. And so my thing is, why do you care? That ain't your child. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're more concerned about what other people are doing rather than what's going on in your own house. That's when you have a different. That's when you have an issue. That ain't your kid. Don't worry about it. Let them parents do what they want to do. Okay. If you allow people to get to you and you feel a certain way about what they're doing, then look the other way. You know, that's not your child. If that's how they were paid to raise their kid, that's how they paid to raise their kid. I cannot do anything about it, you know. So if that's how they want their child to grow up, that's how they want their child to grow up. That's their parents. That's their right to let their child do what they let them do. So there's nothing you can really do about that. If you don't agree with it, then do something else. If you agree with it, then great. It's free will. It's free will all up and through here. Right. It shouldn't affect your frequency, is what I'm saying. Okay. It should not affect your frequency either way. That's just like if you saw somebody walking down the street wearing something you know they're not supposed to be wearing, and you let that ruin your whole entire evening or light. Or if you saw somebody walking down the street and they had on an outfit you just didn't like, and you're not going to let that determine how you feel for the rest of the evening or the rest of the week. You're just going to say, oh, that's interesting, and keep it moving. Thank you, Brizzo Star Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thanks for the knowledge. I work at the hospital. I take a vaccination, but I possess the vibration to heal from the vaccine itself. That's good for you, Brizzo. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Yeah, you have a high frequency. You're good because like a lot of times people when their frequency gets too low, like it can get low though. So stay away from low vibrating people as well as toxins that will lower your immune system. People are too scary to talk about the elite because all this stress. Elite are falling. Y'all can't see? Elite are falling. Okay. Who are they going to rule when all their people are dead? You can't have elite if there's not a lot of people. And the woke people are the only one going to be the ones left, and they're not going to follow. You know what I'm saying? So if you have all the people that are dying out who are, let's say, the sheep or the cattle of the country, the people that follow whatever people tell them to, the sleeping people, if all those people die out due to not knowing any better, then who are the elite going to rule? Because everybody else left is basically woke because they're not eating all those toxin things. They know about the spray clouds. They're not trusting their government. They're not taking them vaccines. They're going to do what they are going to do by their own free will. They're not looking for a savior. So the only people that are going to be left are not going to be the people that the elite are able to influence or control. They're just not going to be able to do it. Okay. So this is a way that the system is going to fall slowly but surely. It's a slow, easy fall. You know, it's a slow, easy fall to take you away from a system and bring you into a state of knowing thyself and knowing how to do your own research and to figuring stuff out on your own, not trusting stuff. And yeah, we are the elite. The true elite will emerge. Okay. Don't be the dumb elite. The one that want to control a group, a big herd of people that won't have a herd left. Thank you, Kimmy. Is your dark matter book the best resource for manifesting quickly or the update? Um, it's a pretty good source, yes. But if you're manifesting something for the wrong reason, and if you don't live the lifestyle and you don't think like that on a daily basis, it's not going to last. So make sure it's a lifestyle change on how you think as a person, you know, for the rest of your life. Um, it's not a quick fix, it's not a magic spell, it's a lifestyle change in how you think of yourself. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, to you, Flame. The old America is finished. The jig is up. The con is up. It's up. That's why they struggling on the news and can't talk. Um, you can tell, like, I'm good at telling. I'm good at reading people. I can tell when people are lying or have no clue what they're talking about. Um, or when they know something and they're not saying it. Go look at the eyes. Look at the eyes of the newscasters. Look at the eyes of Trump. Look at their eyes. They can't lie that good. Come on, like, why you always lying? And that lady with that scarf is killing me. I want to take that scarf off of and wrap it around her whole head. Like the one that coughed or said that she was sick and Trump backed away from on the news. That lady with that scarf be killing me. I'm like, she's just trying to be seen with that ugly stuff. So at least get some Versace or something. Anyway, get you a Louis Vuitton scarf or something, child. You can come on with the old granny scarf on. Get you some Versace or something. Some Hermes or something. She said her scarf game is strong, girl. She had to go buy some more scarves. I need a new scarf. I wonder what scarf I'm gonna wear tomorrow. If I see a re-scarf, if I see a scarf worn twice, I'm gonna call it out. No, I'm literally sick of her scarves. Somebody needs a Versace out. Donatella, send her some scarves. Please. I'm tired of seeing it. Somebody. The coat, the scarf. What y'all think it means? Like, I'm protected. I have a scarf. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, y'all. I hate that scarf. I just why and how she be tying it too look like a pilgrim. I'm like, no. Anyway, look, that's just me being petty. I just don't like her scarf. I'm sorry. They're ugly. I mean, some people don't like my clothes, but if she like it, that's wonderful. Um, I think if she had a nicer scarf, it'd be okay. And if she wore it a little bit more style, she need to hire a stylist. She gonna be on the news talking about the corona. She need to look decent or something. Anyway, can you go vegetarian and still have the same effects as veganism? If you cut out dairy, yes. Yeah, become a vegetarian, but also cut out dairy. And you'll be all right. Thank you. You're about to order my elixir on Etsy. Are you able to ship out on Monday? Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, my drop shipper is an individual person. They're not part of like a big corporation, so they're still doing them shippings. Yeah. Mhm. You say you think it's Hermes? It don't look Hermes on her. They don't look like no Hermes on her. It looked like some. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Look, because I'll try to be funny and just that it don't look like a Hermes on her. That's all. She wearing it with the wrong thing, tying it the wrong way. Okay. Girl, somebody walking around with a Wish.com scarf on and look more expensive than that. So my elixirs, yes, they will help you. Yes. Silver, get that silver. Mhm. Helps with your immune system. Hermes, god of money. Right. I heard older people today complaining that everything is going online and they can't keep up. Is that what you meant by everyone will survive? Not everyone will survive. They're gonna have to. The old people gonna have to talk to the young people. Okay, so the elders are gonna have to talk to the youngsters. So a lot of this has double meaning. A lot of this has everything has a reason. Okay, old people gonna have to talk with young people now. Well, wow, the old people gonna have to be introduced to the interweb, as they call it. So it's going to cause more dialogue and diversity between the age groups, which will also help, with a lot of things, teaching the older people teaching the younger people again. And so, because a lot of people don't talk to older people, or a lot of younger people don't really understand that a lot of people don't understand online or internet. So they got to teach them. And it also goes to show you that you can learn things from younger people as well. Hmm. You said old people don't have many years left, so do they really care? I mean, if they can't get out and do what they need to do, they're gonna have to do stuff online eventually. They're gonna have to learn how to use Alexa or Siri or something. You know. Hmm. Hmm. Cheese got addictive caseins. Yeah, vegan cheese is pretty good though. Like, believe me, get the right kind, you'll be all right. Okay. Yeah. Some of the cheeses are soy free. You just gotta read the ingredients. Mm. You know that saying that you can't teach old dog new trick. Yeah, you can't pour new wines into old wine skins. Some old people ain't gonna listen. Some old people stuck in their ways. They're fixed, and that's just gonna be that. You can't help people that are fixed in their ways. They have to either help themselves or let it go. You know, a lot of people aren't going to survive because they're stuck in their ways. They don't know anything else. That's all they know. They're going to hang on to it because without that information, they don't have an identity. And that's just that. And that's fine because it's just like, the older technology going out. Nobody uses a flip Motorola phone, pager thing anymore because there's, smartphones. Nobody uses this anymore because there's this. So it's just going to eventually work itself out. Mm. You said there'll be World War III in 5 years. Not. It's all any type of world war will be a war against exactly what's going on now. The world will be at war with such things as we are at war now. Okay, because people all over the world fighting for their lives right now. It's a world war. Okay. Would I put my consciousness in a file to live on after you die? That was Black Mirror. No, I'm gonna live on. Period. I don't need to put it in a file. I am a file. If you are a conscious computer, if you are a quantum computer, you don't need to store your files. You can take them with you. So that's the difference between quantum physics and normal physics. If you are quantum, you don't need to do all of that. Um, but what you can do is store your files inside of a quantum computer. Hint, hint. That's what the race mixing is about. You can put your files inside of a quantum computer and give it to someone like that lady did on Lucy. She got all her knowledge. She made a quantum computer and gave it to Morgan Freeman. Come on now. So basically, you got to store your files somewhere. I'd rather be stored in a quantum computer than a digital file. How you doing? So here's my thing. If you're stored on a quantum computer, you can go places that that file cannot go. All you have on that file are those memories. That's it. You ain't got no new stuff. You ain't got no new technology. You just in a file. Remembering all those pictures, videos, events, the knowledge that you have, all your documents, they're just in a file sitting there. Doo, doo, doo. But if your file was transferred to a quantum computer is infinite. That's what they're trying to tell y'all to do physically. hmm Quantum computer has not been created yet. Who is that? Are they new? Yes. Yes, they've always been here. A quantum computer, what is a computer? Is Yeah, that's your DNA. If you are a crystalline being, you are a quantum computer. Right. Right. What is a crystalline being? A person has a large crystalline frequency. Now, who has a larger crystalline frequency? Those people that have large amounts of eumelanin, because that's what creates eumelanin. There's crystals inside of your eumelanin. That is a scientific fact. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Quantum is infinity. That's right. And also a paradox. All right. So when they talk about quantum computers, they're just talking about brown people. Go get you some brown, some black. Okay. You're gonna store your file on a, what do you call those things? A UHB file or whatever. I don't know what the thing's called. You're gonna store it in a quantum computer. Because the shift is occurring and this is like not the first round. There'll be more. Bill Gates will run for president. There ain't gonna be nobody to vote for him. Ain't nobody gonna be worried about voting. They can't even get out. They're gonna vote on the computer so they can get hacked. Oh wait, that's always how it's been anyway. It's already been rigged. Who's gonna vote for Bill Gates? Nobody will care anymore. They're gonna be in the hospital. They're gonna be wondering why nobody telling them to stop drinking milk and eating cows and chickens and why they can't breathe and why there's no sun anymore. They're gonna be worried about other things besides an election. That's gonna be the last thing on their mind when they don't have a job. hmm Right. Do we exist in those what's up group? What? Um, you said you hate saying it. You feel bad saying it, but I'm loving how the dumb people are and how dumb people are inside. How the dumb people. I'll vote for him if he pay me. Okay. Mhm. Um. Well, it's a good sign that people are trying to figure it out, but it's a bad sign that they'll argue and not try to do their own research. So I just say do your own research and you'll figure this thing out, and you'll save the people you probably know a lot of pain and effort, a lot of pain and turmoil if you just give them stop eating dairy and meat. Just give them a little bit and see if they take the advice because I think they will. A lot of people, it'll make sense because they'll do the research. Alchemy Gold. Okay, sorry. So Alchemy Gold says that y'all can find his detox tea. Um, I'll put the stuff in the. Oh wait, hold on. Never mind. Hold on. Okay, I'll read this later. So that has that's not that was the wrong person. I'm so sorry. Okay, Alchemy of Life. Put your information down there. Sorry, that was a different person. A lot of people have alchemy in their names. Okay. Someone said that Trump said he feels bad for someone on the ventilator during this coronavirus time, but being in the hospital was always bad. Mhm. Um, well, I could say that, yeah. Always bad. And if you go to the hospital, you're gonna catch something else, especially with the lower immune system. You're gonna catch whatever is floating around up in there. Mhm. All right. So you say, "Oh my God, it's so hard to get them to eat right." Lie to them, baby. When I tell y'all how to lie, oh, the dairy industry. Somebody need to start an internet rumor. Look, we got the same power as the media. Somebody need to lie to y'all like the media is lying to other people. Say that there's some type of bad milk or some type of bad dairy or the cows got the Rona too. I don't know. But some people won't budge unless they're afraid. You see, people don't listen to common sense or good news. They listen to bad news. So you got to tell them, y'all got to start you a fake viral video about some toxic cows or something. I don't know. Believe me, it'll help. Some people just have to be scared. Cow Rona. Tarika says cow Rona. Just like that viral thing is circling about, the United States taking all them people to court. Y'all can start a cow Rona one or a milk. Don't drink the milk, don't eat the meat. That will at least help. Hmm. Bill Withers. I remember when Bill Withers died yesterday. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Lovely day. Lovely day. Oh, his song was cold. All his songs were cold, straight up. Mhm. Your adoptive mom have cut you out the family. People change up in these times. I'm sorry. It's messed up. That's why you gotta be self-sufficient or be with somebody who got your back. Adopted mom, I wouldn't trust that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm. A lot of people are just afraid of what you're gonna bring in their house. You know, you got the corona. A lot of people have low immune systems and they don't want to risk inviting strangers in their homes. Or if you're trying to teach somebody and they're stuck in their beliefs, they're not going to listen at this time because they think it's the end of the world and they need to stay strong in their faith, which is why it's going to backfire. So now is not the time to try to change people, but the time to educate. And that's it. Give them the knowledge and keep it moving. If they take it, they take it. If they don't, they don't. Hmm. That's me every day. I can't have everything in my space for right. Um, and see what's going to happen now is a lot of people are going to be, I can't pay my rent. I don't have money to survive. Can I come live with you? And that's going to be an issue because a lot of people aren't going to want strangers in their house or people that they don't get along with to bring down their frequency or bringing in diseases or low frequency or meat eaters or cow eaters and cow drinkers. They don't want to bring toxicity in their home. So they're gonna have to tell them, "I'm sorry, but you can't come in," or "I'm sorry, you can't come," or "You're gonna have to clean yourself up before you come in here." You know. So if that's the case, you gotta make sure you're being smart about who and what you're letting in your home, especially if you have like children with lower immune systems or older people with lower immune systems or whatever. Let's talk about adrenochrome. I don't know what that is. I don't even know what that is. Like, tell me what it is. Tell me what it is. Does it have to do with your adrenaline system? Okay. I will have one in every video. Y'all tell her what fish is. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Jacob. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Is fish vegan? Yes, it's vegan. It grows out of the ground. You water it and give it sun, and it grows. You can pick it and regrow it if you want. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I know he being funny, Jacob. You already saw it. Why y'all laughing? It's because it's true. They ask that in every video. Is fish vegan? Can I eat fish? Oh, is that plant based? You can get you some goldfish pretzels. Um, the adrenochrome stuff is fabricated. What are you talking about? Stick to the topic of the video. Like what we're talking about, how to the obvious that they're not giving you. They will rather have people die and sitting on respirators than to tell y'all to stop eating meat and dairy. They would rather run out of respirators and have people drop dead like flies than tell y'all to stop eating mucus causing foods. Thank you, Jai Star Sprinkles. Think about that for a second. Next time you turn on your TV to listen to what them people are trying to tell you, ask yourself why they're not telling you to stay away from certain foods that cause more mucus. Okay. It's because they rather make a dollar than be honest with, yeah, that right, Olivia? They about that money. Mhm. God is coming back through thought change your thoughts to be more like God, and He has returned. That's true. God sees from a higher perspective, not from a humanistic view. He knows more, or she knows more, or it knows more, and does not trust anyone that is not beneficial for the greater good. Okay? So be smart. I agree. Hmm. In religious texts, there are certain fish they say you can eat. Okay. If you really like meat and fish and stuff, just look up fish that don't cause mucus buildup. I can't really tell you what to do, but if you're looking for some type of fish to eat, even though they drink and take on the toxicity of the stuff from the spray clouds in their bodies, and you're going to eat their meat, you're going to get double toxic, double toxins. Plus, the acidity of the water is changing due to the spray cloud. So, if you want to go ahead and eat that meat, have a good old time. Toxic salmon is delicious, I hear. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. Did they have spray clouds in the Bible though? Did they have spray clouds? Did they have silver iodide raining out the sky, sprinkling your car, making it look dusty white after one day after you done washed it? Did they have spray clouds that made the oceans and the rivers more acidic? Did they have that then? You know. So if they had that then yes, please listen. If they didn't have that then, if they didn't talk about the spray clouds or stuff in the sky being toxic and the fish dying or whatnot, then go ahead and eat it. Okay, y'all have to remember what I said, what time it was. Right. The time is not that time. The time is this time. This time there's stuff that you're going to take double toxins into your body. You're going to take the toxins that you're breathing, the toxins that you're breathing in the air, the 5G, the fish toxins that have built up in the fish. You're going to take that into your body. You're going to move that through your digestive system, through your kidneys, which is also a detoxer, and it's going to have to work twice as hard. So now you're putting more toxic things in your body, lowering your immune system along the way. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all gotta really like think about it. If you breathing it in, they're breathing it in. They're getting it in the water. There's not an umbrella over the ocean, right? Or over the seas or the rivers. Shrimp definitely not roaches in the ocean. Ooh. Shrimp are the bottom feeders. So if you okay, so can I eat shrimp? Okay. Yeah, you can eat the toxic waste of the toxified fish from the toxic ocean. You could eat the waste product. That's even worse. Okay, you getting all the toxins right there. They just filtered out every toxin and say, "Here you go. Here's the ball of toxin. Here's all the waste and extra toxins that. Oh, here you go. You see? Now, I used to love shrimp, but it wasn't this time. You know, it was back before they were doing a lot of things, or before I knew about what was to come. So I feel your pain. I love seafood. I love all of those things too, but I love myself and my kids more. Okay. How to use your thoughts to create the life you desire. Work backwards from your result. See yourself where you want to be and backtrack how you got there and then execute it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I have a video on that that might be coming on Forbidden Knowledge TV .com soon. Y'all can use my link in the description bar to sign up for Forbidden Knowledge TV. It's not very expensive at all. All the information and knowledge are on video for you. You don't have to read all the books. It's just there. There's food, plant-based food videos. And if you have kids at home, I think they're going to be starting like maybe some stuff maybe for your kids to watch. Maybe your older kids can watch it for now. Maybe some younger kids stuff will come in the future. But definitely online, everything is going to be in the future, especially what's coming now. So get it while it's cheap because I'm sure it's going to go up soon. Like it's super cheap now. If y'all use my link below, y'all can get in quick. There's a yearly, you can pay for the whole year or you can pay by month, whatever. And if you join, after a week, they'll send you a voucher for like basically a free vacation stay somewhere. You just have to pay the taxes on the room. So I already got mine booked in May, so I'm going. I already claimed mine. But definitely sign up. And my link is below in the description bar. It's I also put it in the chat. Oh, hold on, let me turn that off. I have my where is it? So and put that. Y'all can check it out. It's a free 3-day trial, so you can see what's up there. More stuff is going to be uploaded all the time. So more, and like a lot of the speeches and conferences that y'all can't get to because, you have to stay home or that you're not able to, travel and get to are on there as well by Billy Carson. So, somebody said, how's vegan roach milk? It's not vegan, it's roaches. Y'all are crazy. Jamal, sprinkle, sprinkle. Some say viruses aren't contagious. What you say? I say, depending on what type of virus it is and how it's affecting your immune system and how it's transferred and how low your frequency is depends on how contagious it is. I think it's a lot of factors that factor into that. But that was a good question. I think some viruses aren't viruses. I think some viruses look and act like viruses and cause the same effects as viruses. And they can say virus because it has the same symptoms as a virus. But if you do further research, you'll see that anything that causes antibodies to be formed and an immune system response could be considered almost a virus. Okay, so do your research. Look up. This is what I channeled. I'm just look up. What is this name? Because I can't remember. And that's how you know I channeled it. Look up what was it? Look up BALT in all caps. BALT in all caps and read. It's bronchial associated lymphatic tissue. Okay, look that up. There you go. I channeled that information for some weird reason. I was talking to somebody and I just started writing random things and doodling. And when I got off the phone, I saw that and I was like, what does this mean? Like, why am I writing BALT? What the heck is a BALT? And I looked it up and that's what it is. It goes to show you that it's affecting people through the lymphatic system because it's being stimulated by the toxins in the air. The lymphatic system and the bronchial tissue is causing extra mucus to be produced. And also look up VCAM-1. Okay. I wrote video and then I typed in video and then VCAM dash one pops up. So that's also has to do with mucus production. Okay. I don't know. Just look it up. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't ask no questions. I just give what I find. Okay. Um, Thank you, Becca T. Sprinkle Sprinkle. She done spelled it all out. Do I remember my past life? I sure do. I remember several of them. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Is there a spiritual correlation with children who are born with certain conditions? I'm sure that there is. I'm sure that there is. Also could be, a dirty trick of the people that give out vaccines as well. But remember, what's for you, what's against you could end up being for you as well. Thank you, Dash Barkley, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Hey, pretty lady, can't wait to level up, but how do I feel beautiful now? I love your bee. Hang around ugly people, Sprinkle Sprinkle. No. Um, I feel like make yourself feel beautiful. Like do what it takes. Do your nails, do your toes, do your hair, do your makeup, even if you have to walk around in quarantine at home. Be like one of those old fabulous women who will still get dressed up to do nothing but walk around their house. You know, that's how you feel beautiful. It starts from within, knowing thyself, feeling that, you deserve to put effort and look the best you can look every day, all day. Okay. Love yourself, right? She's probably from my other channel, but she came here, so that's fine. But I feel that it's up to you. It's your free will. Do you want to feel beautiful? Make yourself feel beautiful. Get you some cute clothes on, put your shoes on, walk around the quarantine house. Still cute. Look at me. Psh, I didn't go anywhere today, but I got up and did something myself. Right. You said blat, BALT. Sorry, balt, BALT. Um, I channeled that word. I have no idea what it meant. I'm just bald. I'm writing it down, and there it was. It was also who I was talking to probably had a lot to do with it because if I'm talking to someone with a low frequency, I'm probably not going to be channeling such things. Um, I think it depends on the level of the frequency that's um, happening in a conversation, or the voice or whatever. I think it has a lot to do with that because you tap into a frequency that you're not on by yourself. And when you speak with someone on a higher frequency and you tap into a higher frequency because you're in a conversation with them, which means you're on the same on a frequency with them, you're going to tap into a frequency that they can tap into or that they have access to. So it's very scientific, but at the same time, if you talk to a bunch of low level people or low frequency people, you're not going to be able to grasp anything. You're not going to be able to pick up on anything, channel anything. And I wasn't even trying to channel anything. I was just doodling. You know how people do when they're talking on the phone, they'd be like just doodling, and that's what I came up with. It. I knew it was something because of I don't just write random words like that I don't know what they mean. You know, so I looked it up, and I was tapping into something. Right. So if you're when you're talking to people that, maybe have higher frequencies, get you a pad out and see what comes out and don't do it consciously. Just let whatever flows out while you're talking to that person and then go see what you wrote. Go back later and decode it or look it up or, look at the definitions of the weird things you wrote or whatnot, because sometimes a person's frequency will tell you more than their mouth is telling you. And this is, I think, how being telepathic begins on this level. Okay. I think this is one of the ways that telepathy begins in us evolving. So, you know, soon you won't even have to write it. You'll just be like, why am I getting this word in my mind? Or what does that mean? You'll be able to pick it up and they won't even have to say anything. But this is how it starts. It's like the training wheels of, you know, the evolution of your what quote unquote ghost. I ain't gonna call it junk, ghost DNA. Because it's not junk, it's ghost DNA. Um, so when you're talking to high frequency beings, have something and write it down until you can do it, mentally and get it out. And I hate to, I hate, I hate to sound corny. I hate to sound flaky. I almost hated to tell the person, that I was on the phone with because I know how it sounds and I hate, well, I don't hate people, but I hate when people look further into something than there could really be. That's why I kind of don't say anything. But with what's going on right now, I felt like that was the universe or, whatever coming through that person's energy and giving information. Or just being able to allow another person to tap into a certain frequency to get higher information. So I really, really feel that just by talking to someone is going to raise your frequency and your level of consciousness and what you can access. So start talking to different people, especially ones who are thinking on your same level or higher. Okay. I mean, we could do that now because we're quarantined. We're not looking for people on the outside. You have people online that you have access to who are in the same, frequency, frequency wise, you have the same kind of consciousness and you can, and I think the voice has a lot to do with it, not just reading words on a screen, but that voice triggers something. And y'all want to hear something weird? Last night, my ear was like fluttering. It was fluttering. And so, I know the frequencies are shifting because my ear does not flutter like that all the time. My ear was fluttering. And then today, I'm talking to someone and then all of a sudden I'm getting crazy downloads that have to do with what's going on now. And I just don't do that. I was trying to actually get away from doing stuff like that. But if it comes through, it comes through. Why ain't Trump sick? He eat McDonald's every night. What is he eating at McDonald's though? The cold McDonald's. What is he eating there? Mm. And does he have a mucus reducer? Is he on a special medication that y'all don't know about? You know? Does he use detox tea? Your ears been ringing? Yeah. My ear fluttered. It didn't ring, it just went. So it's like, okay, that's a shift. That's like a frequency change. You said Trump eat McDonald's every night and he ain't sick. Decode McDonald's. Come on. Y'all smart. You said Obama eats crazy. Hmm. No masks. That's because they already know what it is. Mhm. Maybe it's cold. Y'all need to look it up. How are vegetables not harmful? They grow outside because they transmute the energy from the sun, and the chlorophyll is what do you call it? It's an electromagnetic frequency and another form of melanin, which absorbs radiation. And the toxic levels that you get on the plant is transmuted inside of the plant. So all you got to do is wash it off. Basically, just wash off the plant. Um, when you eat vegetables, it's out of your body with before 24 hours is up, unless you eat it with meat. Now, meat stays in your body and makes it even more toxic because it stays in there 72 hours, 3 days. You know what I'm saying? The levels of toxicity in plants stay in your body less time than than meat would. So, um, you know what I'm saying? So it's just common sense that you're not gonna absorb as much toxic stuff in by eating a plant than you would by letting a plant eating, toxic breathing, hormone injected pumped cow that's sitting in your gut for 3 days, releasing toxins in your digestive system. Okay, so there's a difference. It's like licking the back of a garbage truck or licking versus licking your hand. Okay, that's the difference. Look, y'all don't have to make it extreme for y'all to listen. Lick a back of a garbage truck versus licking your hand. Right. No can what? What is the most effective way to be high frequency, no ill essential oil? I love them, but that what's the real deal? Um, to be smart and do your own research is number one, because knowledge brings your frequency up. Um, getting rid of the toxic foods out of your system, such as dairy and meat. That's number two. Number three is, you know, your attitude, of course. Stay positive. Your immune system has to stay up. You can take elixirs, silver, gold, platinum, or you could do my phases 1 through 7. Nano gold, nano silver, all of those things bring it up. Crystals, copper, all of those things. Melanin, all of those things make your frequency higher. Also, the highest vibrating essential oil, since you did bring it up, is rose oil. Argonite, that's right. Thank you, Chioma. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Did you see what 5G do to trees? The side close to tree would die off. A doctor said 5G making everyone sick, not corona. Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm glad he spoke out about it because at least they know that it's one of the causes. Yep, in the spray clouds. Sprinkle, sprinkle, that's true. That and the spray clouds are allowing people to get sick. But if you have a higher immune system, you're less likely to get sick. McDonald Trump. He eats McDonald's every night. What does McDonald's mean? I told y'all to look it up. He has the golden arcs, baby. Got the golden arches. The arc, the M, the melanin. Come on, y'all gotta do y'all information research. McDonald's. This a Mac truck, not a black truck. Cryptonomics. Yikes. I am teaching women to become more delusional every day. And what are you teaching them? I know who you are, Calvin, Mr. Wallace. What are you teaching women daily? This is the wrong channel. You're on the wrong channel, so don't bother wasting your time. Okay. Mhm. No, not everybody's gonna die from 5G. That's the point. Got the hazard zone only going 5. Got the hazard zone only doing 5. That's nothing. It's gonna go to 6 and 7G. And I've been telling y'all this since last year. I know some of y'all are new, but if y'all watch my videos from like a year ago, I've been saying the same stuff over and over and over and over and over. Right. Mhm. Not everybody's gonna die of 5G. Either they'll move away from 5G places or they'll die. People fear change. Right, right, right. Being recycled? I don't know. Like I think it'll all unfold. You'll see. You'll have a choice. They're not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to figure it out. A lot of people are gonna start moving outside of the 5G area ranges and seeing what happens. A lot of people are gonna change their diet and see what happens. A lot of people are gonna try this and see what happens. And that's good because the more things that people try, that means the more they're listening to themselves and doing their own research and not following what fake news is telling you guys. Okay. If it's 5G, if it's toxins in the sky that are falling down from the fake clouds, you know, creating an immune response in your lungs to create mucus, then that's what it is. That's what I channeled. That's what I channeled. And that's all I can tell you. I can't tell you that um it's 100% fact. I can just tell you that's what I feel. That's what I channeled. It came through. It checked out, and that's just that. hmm UG announced we are being held in the house because 5 towers are being built. Yep, them towers are going to be built regardless because they have to be, and because we have to do something. We have to shift to another location. Um, it gets deeper than that. That's why y'all gotta subscribe to hit Forbidden Knowledge TV in the description bar. I'm trying to tell you, y'all don't know the whole story. Y'all are missing pieces of the puzzle. All those videos, ancient teachings and stuff that they don't tell y'all is there. If you just understand the stuff that's missing that they're not going to tell you because they don't want it to happen and they're trying to slow it down, it's already there. If you want to quantum leap and quantum jump, the earth has to be at a certain frequency. And that's what's getting ready to go down. The earth is a grid and it has to be on a certain frequency for it to quantum leap or quantum shift to another part of the galaxy. Even Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about leaping to other parts of the galaxy in a matter of a day or so. Look at the sky. It don't look the same. Okay. I don't even see the Milky Way. I mean, not the Milky Way. I don't even see certain constellations where they used to be anymore. Okay. I see new stuff. So if you're going to quantum leap and quantum jump and go back and go forth and go here and go there and change frequencies and whatnot, people are going to get sick because they can't withstand the leap. Okay. And that's why you have to the Forbidden Knowledge TV, it's a subscription that you sign up to. It's kind of like Black Spiritual Netflix, okay? Black Spiritual uh Netflix, okay? Go subscribe and use my link, okay? Sprinkle sprinkle. Um, right. So as we shift, um, it's kind of like Star Trek. And this dude wants to go to this part of the ship. He'll stand in that thing and he say, "Beam me up, Scotty," right? And so the Earth is getting beamed up and down into different parts of the galaxy, in different parts of the solar system. And those who are able to get beamed in and out are good or fine. If you want to go further or faster and things like that, then the frequency is going to have to increase. You know, so right. And see, so many people are so lost in the 3D information that they've been given. They never searched for anything else. They just take what they're given and what they see on TV every now and then. That's why I'm telling y'all, y'all need to go and get the real information because the real stuff is so far from you right now. A lot of you guys can't even fathom the truth because you don't have enough information about what's going on. You're just going to be pawns in the game, and that's just it. You know, population increase. People are having babies all the time with higher frequencies. That's not a problem. They can rebuild the population in 2 months, 2 weeks. Okay, that is not the problem. The problem is people aren't understanding why things are happening and what they can do about it in order to have the best results. And if you don't know, you should go figure it out. Um, mhm. Yeah, you said Trump eats meat, he don't have it. Yeah, I'm sure he don't. I'm sure he knows what he can take to not trigger his immune response system. I'm sure he's taking shots and medication to allow him to eat whatever he wants because he knows exactly what it is. Okay, but he's not going to tell you, and they're not going to tell you. So since you don't have access to a drug that can cause your immune response not to react to certain toxins. Maybe he gets detoxed once a week. We don't know. But since you don't have that, you don't have access to the money he has access to. Maybe the tanning machine detoxes him. Who knows? Okay, who knows? But what I do know, what I do know is that he know what y'all don't know, and he's not affected by it. So if you don't have access to certain medications that stop the excess production of mucus due to being stimulated by toxins or antigens to create antibodies, which causes inflammation in your lungs. If you don't have a medication to fight against that, that you take on a daily, if maybe it's an allergy medication that you take on a daily dose, then you might have to change your diet. You know, right? You don't have the same stuff he got. He got extra stuff. He got money. Okay. He got doctors that will give him whatever medication he asks for. Um, why aren't children affected too much? Children aren't big meat eaters. They haven't built up the levels of toxicity in their bodies that adults have. They don't drink alcohol. They don't smoke weed. They're not out here uh, overindulging in a lot of foods. They don't eat until they have to unbutton their pants. And they're mostly inside now. They're not out in the club at night chasing women. They're inside playing on their video games and whatnot. Some kids have very high immune systems, so they're not as affected. But some are. So be careful. Their frequency is higher. They don't have as much stress. So their immune systems are higher. They don't believe that this is the end of the world. They're not panicking. They're not overworked, overstressed. So their immune systems are much higher. So just understand. Hmm. You said the corona will be worse on May 3rd. I don't know. Is there going to be a tornado or a storm? Like when it rains, it's bad. Like don't go out when it's raining or humid. Hmm. Because you're inhaling it in the wet form. Hmm. They get more sleep, right? In my MJ video, I spoke about quantum entanglement and mastering the divine masculine and feminine on the side. Could that mean trans people are experiencing quantum entanglement? If you're experiencing anything of a merge, you must be experiencing it on the physical, spiritual, and mental level. Um, if you if that's what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, when you want to be a example of it, it will come through. If you know how to do it mentally and you understand how it's done, um, and you have like I have a masculine counterpart. I have a husband. So I don't have to lean towards becoming that merged because I already have that physically and my husband. But when you're alone, a lot of times, if you don't have that, then, naturally, cosmically, universally, people tend to, want to experience that side of the brain, that side of thinking. And so, imagination and also a lot of frequencies that are in the air right now are pertaining to the merge. So, yes, I a lot of people don't want to talk about that because they feel like, oh, this is right, this is wrong. Now, remember, it does not have to do anything with reproduction. It has nothing to do with sex. You know what I'm saying? So that part of it is totally different from the other part of it. So a lot of people confuse the two. You know, what is the opposite of something? Nothing. Uh-huh. Um, you have help not the same as true cover. Mhm. What do you think it is? Oh, y'all are talking about it. I would not wait on a certain date. I would just understand that when the clouds clear, when the sun comes out, things will change. Of course there's going to be fire still, but hey. Mhm. If they have think about this, y'all. Now think about this hard. If they have spray clouds, why didn't they spray tremendous clouds over California when it was raining? Why did they let it burn? Answer that too. Um, Trump eats meat and is not sick. Okay, well then you eat meat too, baby. Trump got doctors, money, medications. He knows what to take that you don't know because they don't even know. Uh, they're not going to tell you what's causing it. But yeah, there's a medication you can take. Hmm. Right, right, right. Um, and okay, so my point of view is a little bit different from certain people's. Now you can get anything. You can get the symptoms. You can test positive for antibodies. Antibodies. Okay, y'all aren't very scientific, some of you, so I have to explain it. You can test positive for antibodies, which your body produces when your lymphatic bronchial tissue is stimulated with a toxin. You will test positive for antibodies. That does not mean you have a virus. It means you have the symptoms of having a virus. Please do your research and understand. If you're outside breathing in toxins, if you're getting toxic 5G hitting you, your lymphatic system is being stimulated, which causes an increase in inflammation, especially in your lungs, and will create antibodies to fight whatever it is off. You're constantly breathing in spray clouds. There's toxins in there. If you're eating dairy and constantly eating meat, there's toxins in there. They're spraying spray clouds more than ever. Plus, 5G is also a stimulant. to your lymphatic system. That's why it causes cancer. That's why you have to be in detox, quarantine for 2 weeks because they're detoxing your blood and lymph system. Okay. Just please just do your research. Don't take my word for it. Just be a scientist, not a pawn, not a sheep. Just be a scientist. Be a medical researcher. Get on at Google and start to typing. That's all you got to do. Don't take what I say as 100% truth. Go read it for yourself. I don't get up here. Look, I could be doing 1,000 other things. I don't have to be up here talking about um, lymphatic systems and whatnot. I could be watching TV, being on Instagram, taking selfies, trying to figure out how to do these nails. I don't have to be up here. So do your own research. I'm just telling y'all what I got today, and I'm sharing it with you. So I got to go because I should be doing something else. I will see y'all later. Y'all don't forget, if y'all want more information and y'all just sitting there y'all go ahead and sign up for Forbidden Knowledge TV through my link. Get your little free vacation voucher sent to you after a week. And, I'm going to be doing more videos on there that aren't live, but straight up information. I have 2 up there already. It's very cheap. It's going to get more expensive in the future probably because all the homeschool, people are going to be quarantined for a little while longer, and people are going to be more, online searching for information and stuff. This is like very, very good. If you can't get to lectures of spiritual, lectures and stuff, they're all uploaded on there, and you'll be good. Okay, you'll get the information. A lot of a lot of celebs probably are, subscribed to those things to get their information so that they can put their info out as well. A lot of people who have trouble understanding scientific things, you can get your science right there, no problem. And I'm just like, y'all got to get it because I watched a few videos and my mind blown. It's hard to blow my mind. Okay. I, I'm like, I gotta pace myself because it's too much. My head about to explode. Okay. So I might watch something on there and then do a review and see if anyone has watched it with me. It's a lot to process, but it is knowledge that you need and that will benefit you, take you to the next level. I mean, think about this shift is going to have a lot of open jobs now, a lot of positions that need to be filled. You know, just getting your mind in the right frequency can really just elevate you to that next level after all of this. Come on. Hmm. Summertime going to be good to take any vacation. Y'all, it's hot. Just don't go during hurricane season to the hurricane islands, places where they have hurricanes. Check the weather. Oh, she sent me a picture of a cat and dog sitting together or close proximity. Look at that's Rico and my cat Velvet. They never sit that close. The end is near. Cat and dogs getting ready to merge. Hmm. Do I believe in aliens? Do I believe in aliens? I believe in hybrids. I believe in higher intelligence. I believe in infinite things. Yes. Hmm. I haven't read Untethered Souls. I haven't read Untethered Soul. That sounds interesting. Um, I am an alien. Shoot, I'm a hybrid alien. You know, Do I think Rona will spike in Africa? If dairy sales and meat sales spike in Africa, I think Rona will spike in Africa too. If they start spraying clouds over Africa and they start making cheese and eating steak every night, yes, it will rise. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If they start installing 5G towers everywhere, plus cheese, plus clouds, plus meat, it will rise. Do I believe in reptilians, amphibians? I see reptiles everywhere. I see amphibians everywhere too. You know, right? I see it everywhere. That's why y'all gotta go to forbiddenknowledgetv.com because they teach you all of that. You won't be asking the same question. I promise you. You just watch a couple of videos, you'll get it all. You'll understand where all the reptilians and all that kind of stuff is. You'll understand. It's just the superstition and lack of knowledge surrounding a lot of things will go away soon if you get the information. You was dating a man from Ethiopia. He came over here and was eating meat and messed his skin and health up. See, he was good before, right? You know, yes, a lot of people will mess up, come here. They just get all like I've known a lot of people that have moved from different countries and come to America, and then they just look a hot mess after. I'm like, what did you do to yourself? You done overindulged. Hmm. The land of milk and honey, baby. Which one you gonna eat? Okay, the land of milk and honey. Think about what the land of milk and honey means. That's cold, straight up. Mhm. Which one will you eat? All right, I gotta go, y'all. Give y'all something to ponder upon. Good night. Good day. Good evening, wherever you are. Sprinkle, sprinkle.